So the question is, women, why is it that you have the courage to go after jobs, experiences, and everything else except for a man? Y'all be single forever, want a partner, but don't go get one. Why are you sitting around and not taking the chance to go get him?
Let's get it on.
Who hurt you?
That's the question that we asking back. Because this is specific.
Who hurt you? I want to know.
I mean,
dang,
I don't
and
know.
you can't even
there's
condense that because after he
Right.
said, I didn't have that question.
Damn.
Come on now.
Here's the
Dirty,
question. My God.
Reverb Experiment episode number 26.
Oh
boy. The Rock is in the building tonight.
Marcus, are you ready?
We back.
Boy.
We
Photo
was
B,
on.
you ready?
Oh my God. We was on hiatus a little bit.
It's gonna be some trouble.
Before we get to the, we wanna wish all the mothers happy Mother's Day. Shout out moms.
Hope y'all enjoy it.
Hope y'all sons take y'all some y'all
This is
daughters.
about that nice stuff.
Now that they got the trees
no,
out the
we
way.
won't
Out
go
the
to
Oh boy. Shout out to the moms, man. But you know, we got some business to attend to.
Yeah.
Last episode, all the women held it down. We got to give them a round of applause, man, because they did a good job.
I'm
just saying that's overall, y'all did that. Right, they held it down. They had it down.
Moments that we're gonna have to talk about real quick, but
they held it down. Man.
Y'all did y'all job.
They held it down. So
I'm proud of you.
This episode,
you're smart. You're loyal.
This episode, we decided to the fellas in. You know what I mean?
Hello.
Barbershop talking all that. So we about to go ahead and get into some topics.
Are we allowed to talk like we talk at the barbershop?
Bruh, this is unfiltered.
All right.
Talk.
Hey, I'm gonna give my disclaimer. I don't care if you don't like me after this.
Please leave me alone in my messages. And my
No,
DMs.
I welcome the DM. I welcome the smoke.
All
And I
about the
welcome the
thoughts,
challenge.
about the real opinions. Y'all want to know.
You know what the beautiful thing is? All four of us are at different stages in our lives, and we need different things in our lives right now. Right.
Right.
So it's not like. You're not gonna get a lopsided opinion. You're gonna get a whole bunch of actual opinions from men in their positions, and then you get to choose what kind of man you want.
Yeah, and you get insight to how men think. Actual men thinking.
Actual,
right. So,
not
from your friends,
not from not from women.
Yeah, right. Not from your friends.
Yeah.
Not from your brothers who care about you.
That's a bar.
So we gonna go ahead and get into it. We want to obviously thank everybody that's listening via Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, streaming platforms. We want to have a call to action, man. If you really love what we do, if you love the content, if you have listened or watched us on YouTube, we need you to follow, you need to subscribe and hit the bell so you can be told or, get the little notification that when we have a new episode. But we need y'all to share. We need y'all to comment. We need y'all to like, because when you do that, it helps the algorithm so that way our videos can pop up a little bit more. Or, again, share it with your friends and family so that way we can go. So
we are charting, though. So, you know what I'm saying? You guys are doing a great job. Like you said, thank you. But we definitely need second push. Yes. We got all these people in the group. Everybody's talking all day. The Reverb Nation is on fire. We need that same energy when it comes to the videos.
Appreciate yes. So for those that have been supporting us, thank you.
Yep.
You're welcome.
For those that have been listening,
you're welcome.
Please continually pushing this. So before we get into the topics, I want to just introduce all the men that are on the podcast today. You already know on the mic, this is G_focused. To my left, we have Photo B.
What's poppin'?
To his left, we have Rajeo. And to his left, we have our special guest, friend of the show. We got JR in the building.
What's going on?
Every girl in the nation is special.
All types of
Definitely
special.
got that before.
So,
he's a dirtbag.
yeah, we're going to see today. Yeah. So today for the topics, we ain't got no sponsors, no ads right now. We're going to just get right into it because we know that time is valuable and we don't want to waste your time. So today we're going to answer questions from the Reverb Nation, from the women. They had a lot of questions from men, so we're going to answer them as honestly as we can. We're going to talk about the beef, Kevin Samuels versus Dr. Umar Johnson. We're going to talk about Will Smith.
Never was right?
That's funny.
It is funny. We're going to talk about Will Smith and his dad bod transformation.
Okay.
We're going to talk about Bill Gates and his divorce.
Yeah.
He's so happy.
And we're going to talk about Boosie speaking on plastic surgery.
He be tripping sometimes.
Facts. You use plastic surgery girls in all your videos. Never mind.
Man, right. I wasn't going to get on him, but.
We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it.
Hey,
so
he likes speaking out of turn.
No. Talking about who?
Boosie.
Boosie?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what social media is for. You say what's on your mind. Just we pick it up.
His algorithm is popping because he be saying some ridiculous shit for sure.
That's a fact.
He do.
It's been consistent too.
All right. So before we get into the questions, we have a lot of them, and we need to figure out which ones we're going to answer. And the ones that we don't answer, I think maybe what we'll do, we may
After
do
hours.
maybe like an IG live or something,
Yeah,
and then
we
answer
should.
like the rest on
We
there.
could.
Because there's quite a bit. But before we get into that,
Yeah.
there was a question that was asked last episode
Yeah.
that we played at the beginning,
Yeah.
and I want to get thoughts.
Who hurt you? Who
I
hurt
want,
you?
hold on, I want to get thoughts because that question was actually asked by JR. So we're gonna give him the floor to respond because I think we got to get a response.
Man.
First off, I need to know who hurt you. I'm
Man.
dead serious. Who the fuck hurt you?
Man, that wasn't no question about nobody hurting me, man. I tried my best to preference the question, man, to like give them some context. So they was like, well, where is this coming from? And so that's why I tried to build it up a little bit. And the first thing she said was, who hurt you? I'm like, come on,
Did
man.
we even really get an answer?
No. We did, but it was still, it was mixed. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know which person said it, but what stuck out to me was, well, what do you want me to do to go get a man? Okay, well, what do you want to do when a man want to come get you? What do you expect him to do? You would expect him to come be respectful, come say hello to you, try to court you, whether you're in a restaurant, take you out, do whatever you like. But he gonna ask questions to find that out. You didn't know. That's what it sounded like. You hit me with the beatbox. I'm like, oh man, I guess you just don't know. Okay, well, shoot, if you don't know, then
So what do you suggest? What do you suggest? I have a question that delves a little bit deeper.
Go ahead.
Do you like when a woman approaches you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you?
Yes, absolutely.
All of us. We
Yes.
all agree that it's okay for a woman to approach us.
100%.
All right.
It shows effort.
Yes.
You know, it shows intention. Like it's not like just me
Right.
trying to go out for you and everything like
Well,
that. And I want to see
because
that
it
you really
sounds to
try
me the way that question was answered was that they have no responsibility in catering to how men feel when they want to be wanted. We're supposed to chase it wholly,
chase.
indefinitely, right?
Right.
And then I hear the term when this comes up. I want a traditional man, but none of y'all are in traditional roles. You want a traditional man to come chase you and to court you and take you to dinner and provide all this shit.
Go in the pocket 24/7,
Right, but
but you don't want to be barefoot and pregnant in the house with no opinion.
right. So you want traditionalism without traditionalism. You want modified traditional men.
Yeah.
Just say you want equality and it only benefits you. That's it. Just say the truth.
Well, I heard that in Stephanie's voice just now.
Just say you
Steph.net's
want to be.
voice. I heard that in Steph.net's voice.
Just say you want to be. You want equality where it only benefits you.
That's a hard truth.
Yeah. Well, and I think that question is a very simple answer. Very simple answer.
Right.
I ain't gonna say we. I'll say me. I need to know if you're available or not. And if you show the first, I ain't gonna say it doesn't always have to be the first initiative, but if you show that you are available or that you're open to be courted, I will then pursue and I will court. I will still hunt, but I need a sign. I need a signal. I need
a
something.
green light.
I need a green light that shows
signal,
that you
something.
are available. And because a lot of women, and they'll even say this themselves, like they'll say, like that. This is why most men will say smile more or whatever, because when you're walking or when you're in public, sometimes the way you look is not as approachable as maybe how you think it is.
My baby mom just
That's
posted
true.
that on her page. People tell me that I'm unapproachable because you are.
Yeah. Well,
everybody's not telling you that because it's not true.
Right.
You just don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. If people are telling you that, it's the truth.
If more than one person say it, it's true.
Right. Well, and we need to know, can we pursue or can we not? And that's really all, to me, that's what I got from that question, is that we don't mind pursuing. We don't mind courting. We don't mind taking the lead. but I just need to know, are you available?
Especially if you want somebody, right? You should go out of your way to make sure that they know that you're available.
If you find a man that is attractive,
right,
then
at least you go talk to him.
At least put yourself in a position for him to see you.
Right. No, like I said, like I asked the question, if you wanted to go, if you saw this job posting and you was like, oh, I meet these qualifications, blah 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 blah, you would have been like, okay, I'm going to go get this job. Like, okay, oh, if I wanted to go catch this plane, like, oh, this fits my schedule. You're going to go. The plane ain't coming to you like, oh, like, hey, do you want to go on this trip? No, you go plan that trip.
But again, though, bro, that's the traditional versus with the modification.
True.
Right?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
They want you to be a mind reader. Because somebody asked, what are we, mind readers? You know what I'm saying? They want you. That's really what you want. That's why it was responded that way. But you're right. If it affords them the opportunity to gain leverage in their own position, they will do it.
Correct.
Right?
Well, and I think Steph said something that was like, shoot, she was like, she told her friend, nobody's going to find you in the house.
That's facts.
Facts. You got to come outside.
And half of y'all don't look, a third of y'all don't look, 90% of y'all don't look like your social media, so you got to go outside.
I was like, wait, figure it out.
No, I said it like that on purpose. I said it like that.
He
See, I
said
started
quarter
up.
90%.
Everybody.
Yeah,
you went backwards.
I said it like that on purpose. But I am saying that, you know, the good morning gentlemen and filters is a real thing, right? Most of y'all don't look like you do online in person, right? So if you want to be found, you have to put yourself in position. If you want to get the attention of a certain type of man, you got to be in proximity. You got to let niggas know that you're available. You have to. I don't mind chasing either. I'll chase till I'm blue in the face if I really want you, right? Yeah. But as long as you keep giving me signal that eventually this could result into something that we both like beneficially, I'll chase.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? But I can't commit to. You can't be mad that you. Oh man, it's a good guy. Now he's dating such and such over there, and I should be with him. And you didn't do what you needed to do. He never saw you.
Right. Well, and
or
to
he
me,
tried, or he tried to holler at you.
Nah, but you can't say that because the question was why don't women go after who they want?
Right. Okay.
Right. So we're gonna assume that he doesn't see her
because she didn't try.
Because she didn't put herself in position.
That's a great point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And to me, like, because we don't want this to sound like it's bashing. It's just the reality of it. To me, it's simple.
Mm-hmm.
If you are open and if you're available and if you're single, then whatever your career or your aspirations or your passions are in that avenue, be more open.
Facts.
Like if you are into art or if you are into music, then obviously you're going to be in places where you are probably around other people that are passionate about those same things.
Right.
Those things give you something in common. It should be easy to have a conversation about something about both passionate about,
Facts.
right? So just like if you are into art and you go to like an art show or like an art gallery, just maybe be more open to have a conversation with a man that you maybe see there that is attractive, that you find attractive, to at least show that you're friendly and open to conversate, because we don't know. And some men are confident enough to shoot their shot and then move on.
Yeah.
But a lot of men don't want to feel rejected, so they may not want to shoot their shot, because if you look like you're cold, you're shut down, you don't want to talk, that you're there by yourself, that there's no opening for us to even come and have a conversation.
How do you know? Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. How do you know? You said the key thing. See, what you guys really don't want is rejection. You guys think you're hunters, but you're not hunters because you don't deal well with rejection.
Y'all pray.
It takes a certain mindset to shoot your shot and then to be rejected and then to get back on. That's what we're
used to that.
We are built for that. That is what we from birth. We are.
Some niggas ain't.
You know,
some niggas
true.
ain't.
But
some
okay,
niggas do.
but I'm sure. But we are.
In
general, we are built for that. We are built to go get what we want. We are built to go create our environments, right?
Right.
With the fear of rejection is nothing to me. I've been rejected so many times.
You miss all shots you never take,
you know what I'm
man.
saying?
Closed mouth don't get fed. There's all types of analogies.
I wrote a post the other day that said the most aggressive women on Facebook in my inbox are BBWs. They take their shot.
They don't give
bro.
my God, they don't
shot.
give a damn. They will. They ain't got
They
to
got the long barrel,
you
bro.
know
They
why?
ready.
Because they used to.
That's a good point.
They used to it.
He said they're used to rejection, so they're used to just taking their shots. Damn, bro.
Could be true.
That could be.
Could be.
That's a psychological.
But I just want, because one of the answers that was on that question was, so what, am I supposed to give up my job, give up my this, give up my that, pursue a man?
gosh.
And it's like, that's not what we were saying. That's not what what I got from
Look at the
question.
extreme though. Look at the
Like, that's hella extreme. That is hella extreme. That was
right,
far out.
again,
right. You said I'm gonna go from whatever I'm doing to just stop.
Right.
wholehearted to commit my whole life to chasing a nigga.
Like, that's not what we do.
And all we're saying,
all
we're saying is just put yourself in position.
That's it.
To be seen.
That's it. If you want this to be a layup, then be a layup. Go stand next to the hoop.
And flirting is not walking past me 4 times. That's not flirting.
You better
Liking a
speak.
picture. Hello.
You know what I
More
mean?
than hello, matter
Or-
of fact. Stand there. How about you? How about you make the
They
conversation?
want the traditional approach. They want to be picked like a flower, but when you get the flower, it's got thorns all over it.
But the flower still got to stand out.
That's facts. You still got to be the pretty flower.
You have to be not even the pretty, just attractive. Because you can be attractive and not, you know what I mean, and not maybe be the most. I'm just saying, like, again, you do music, right?
Yeah.
You do photography. You're in a whole bunch of stuff where you said you like women that show you new experiences.
He be on yachts and
I'm
stuff.
assuming
He
traveling,
rich.
things like that, right?
rich.
So what I'm saying is that how I may not know that about you until maybe, again, you're in an area where I can see that come out of you, or if you just open up your mouth and say, like, again, if we're at the art gallery, just a simple question. Hey, what do you think about this painting? And then you say, okay, I like this painting because of this, and this, and that. Then she exchange, say, oh, this is what I like about it, blah, 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 blah. And if you know, that just opens up the door for further conversation.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask all you guys a question. Maybe this will help the ladies out. When you guys find a woman that you're interested in, what do you do to get her attention, and how do you approach it? How do you approach a woman? I'll go first. For me, I like to find for interest. And then if I'm interested in what they're interested in, I match interest. And then I can have a conversation based on those interests. You know what I'm saying? If we're already in an area, in a space where we have to communicate in the first place, and she's already talking to me, it's just good to ask questions. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Good to ask questions. So even though I'm hunting, I'm looking like I present it as if I'm just interested in what you're interested in. Right. It's a tactic that you can use on both ways. Right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right. So that's why I asked a question. Maybe you can give some pointers about how you guys pursue. Maybe they can,
like, what would attract me to pursue somebody.
Man, exactly. Give me a compliment.
That's it.
Give me a compliment.
Okay,
look, if you give me a compliment, I'm already knowing that you low key interested.
Facts.
Like,
that's facts.
That's a step. That's a step towards a conversation.
And that's so easy.
You know what I'm saying? It's so easy. Look, you can compliment my damn pants.
That's facts.
Oh, man, I appreciate it.
You were already scrolling and pressing the heart button anyway.
But what if they publicly? But if you
on the gram
with you though,
huh?
With that, I'm not necessarily on the gram or social media, but I mean, you know, you're in a bar, you're in a club, you're in a mall, whatever. Somebody, you know, approach you. How would you want somebody to come approach you?
It's easy, bro.
Like
All they
that,
gotta do is put your
So a compliment.
A compliment is cool.
Or hey, what are you doing here?
Right.
Or who'd
no.
Or who'd you come
something
with?
like that.
Yeah.
Compliments, like, you got, it's a tactic. You know what I'm saying? It's like any type of conversation that you want to start with somebody that you don't know. You find something about them that you can think, like, you can
Bingo. So I said, yeah.
You know,
look how hype he got. Look how hype he got.
No, it's real.
Because it's real. Because it's real shit.
And it's not even not even just with like you know, trying to holler at somebody. Even any kind of conversation. Yeah. Any kind of like, you know, you want, like, you know, like you like somebody I want to do business with and shit. Let me start a conversation. Yeah. Let me initiate something. Yeah. What's the issue with initiating shit?
Yeah. There's
well, because we can't read your mind.
Rejection.
Because we can't read your mind.
Exactly. Right. We can't.
So all I was saying is the end. I think for me, I'm an observer. I'm a people watcher. So when I see, like, I can tell your vibe by just how you carry yourself, for one, or how you treat other people, right? So, like, if I see how you're interacting with other people, that makes me like, okay, you know what? She looks like somebody that I can maybe vibe with. I like watching and seeing how people interact. It kind of depends on where you're at. You know what I mean? So, but for the most part, anybody that I'm interested in, I like seeing how they are in different places and different stuff. If I see them once, usually for the most part, I'm probably not going to holler at you. I need to kind of see a little bit more than just, or if it's like a women thing, I might say, hey, what's up? How you doing? I saw you cross the room, blah, 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 blah. What's your name? Can I get your number? You know, and then nowadays it's usually, hey, here's my Instagram. Okay, cool. If I check your Instagram and I like what I see, cool. Then I'll keep talking. If not,
you feel me?
Then it's a no, because you can tell a lot by somebody's social media, by the Instagram.
Big old,
Hell yeah.
You can.
I'm gonna tell you why, because when people hire me, when labels hire us to write songs, you know what the first thing we do is we go to social media. Yeah. Because you're posting your interest. Whether you say it's you or it's not, you are genuinely posting your interest.
Yeah, but you're only posting your interests like as far as like, well, maybe that's the case for writing writing music, but in a sense of like when you're trying to like look at somebody and get a real gauge of them, like your social media may be about that, but it's also just the best of them too. So that's why me personally, I don't care about your social media. I don't want your social media.
Right.
I'll go find that later on my own.
No,
like,
you're right. It is the best of you, but what they're showing you is where they want to be.
But let me ask you this: if so, we all know that social media is quote unquote the best of you. But if you see red flags on the social media,
on the best of them.
That's what I'm saying.
That's some real shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Like,
I know that you're only going to be showing the best of her.
I'm telling you.
So I'm expecting that. But if I go through the scroll and see some shit, I'm like,
I told you.
know.
I just told you guys about the approach I got from a chick where she was purchasing something from me, and then we were having conversations about work, and then she was like, I hope you at least have a occupation that comes with a pay stub. You know what I mean? Like
audacity.
but men got the audacity.
You know what I'm saying? But that is, I mean, all approaches are different, right?
Right.
But she was also setting me up to see if I was qualified to be in her, you know what I'm saying?
Presence.
To meet her standards.
Right.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You just never know what you're gonna get. At least if you shoot your shot and we're having a conversation.
And there's a different way to communicate that. You could have communicated that differently.
There's a lot of different
There's
ways.
a lot of different ways.
There's a lot of ways to communicate.
That was very direct and very condescending, demeaning.
It was all those. It was all.
That's what I'm saying. I can tell the vibe by how you interact, how you communicate, how you treat people.
And that's why I brought it. I brought it up because you said like how you communicate.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't have so strong that you're repelling. You know what I mean? You don't have to be. You have to see. I think that what happens is they want us to approach a certain way with flowers and gifts and this and that and the third, and then they don't return that. Some women do, but some women don't think they have to. Some women don't think they have to return courteous. You know, being courteous.
Gestures.
And being kind.
Well, I think you can be strong and direct at the same. It's like there is a difference between strength doesn't mean boisterous and loud.
But it does. That's alpha female.
No, but it's not.
That's what they call it though.
No, but even in men, that's not the loudest nigga. It's not usually. Sometimes
most of the times. Most of the time you got the knockout.
That's what I'm saying. So it's the same way, and I think that to be heard doesn't mean that you have to be loud. I hear you better when it's in a way that I can communicate. Same, but I think that's on both sides. So go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I don't want to get too far off track. I want to get to some of these questions.
Let's go.
I want to get to some of these questions.
I'm juiced. I'm geared up.
Well, we're gonna get into it.
I think I'm feeling a little bounce in my seat. You know how it goes.
All right. Well, speaking of strong, this is a great transition. First question we got is: do you think opinionated, independent women can be submissive?
I know who wrote this.
Yes.
Yes. The answer is yes. Why wouldn't you be able?
Absolutely.
Why can't you take guidance?
The only reason why that question exists is because you guys don't think you can. That is not a question that most men have a problem with. You know what? Successful men want? We want opinionated, strong, independent, successful women. There's guys that really want somebody that are just going to lay on them. But if you are submissive, if you're talking about at the end of the day, if you are cooperative, let's take the word submissive out because it's offensive to some people.
Right.
So let's use the word agreeable and cooperative. Mm-hmm. Those are better terms for in use of the word submissive, right? Mm-hmm. Just be agreeable and cooperative. You have your right to have your opinion. Mm-hmm. How you lived your life and how you were basing your life in the first place is what attracted that guy to you.
That doesn't mean that because like all of a sudden just because you get with a man or like that you need to stop who you are. Lose who you are. Right. No, I would assume that most men want you to be who you are, and our job is to empower you to just be that.
Bingo.
So if you're already opinionated, you're independent. We want you to be that. We want you to be more of that. Matter of fact.
But you know what we don't want? We don't want it thrown in our face.
Exactly.
That's the submissive part you're talking about. The submissive part is the reminder that you don't need a man, but you really do need a man. That's why we're in a relationship.
Well, not necessarily need one.
No. We need each other. In relationships, it becomes an alternative need. Ultimately, when you get married, you learn to depend on your partner. That's the goal of dating, correct?
True.
So it becomes a need. It becomes a desire, a want, and a need.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm in agreement with that.
So because I want to get the opposite side of this,
We're
right?
about to kill this shit.
Because the word submissive obviously has a negative connotation.
Right. They don't understand it.
So And we have to acknowledge there are men who look at submissive as subservient.
Right. Slave, indentured.
Right. Free labor.
Right. So I think that's where the negative connotation comes from. So before we get on to the next question, I just want to just clear up that here, because we're all intelligent men. So when we say submissive, what do we actually mean when we're saying submissive? Because I want to clear that up, because again, there's a lot of trash niggas that use that as, just like you said, go in there, make me a sandwich, blah, 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 blah. And that's what women hear, but that's not what most of us mean.
Nah, I definitely don't mean that when if I even said submissive, because that's not in my language.
I really don't say submissive.
Yeah, I don't say submissive because I don't, like you said.
I don't say shit like obey.
I don't need you to obey me. I need you to help me. Right. That's what I need you to do.
I need you to trust me.
Right.
I need you to trust me to lead. That's what being submissive is. Trust me to lead.
So submission to us is as simple as good faith. To believe that what we're doing for our families and what we're doing for you is the best possible decision, whether you agree with it or not. That is what submission means. Being cooperative and being agreeable, understanding that whatever your man is doing, the reason why you should be with him in the first place is because you believe that he is best suited to help you capitalize on your vision and his vision and what's best for the family. 100%. Other than that, don't be in a relationship, because most men are not going to let you run them over, no matter what their pay scale is.
Nah.
I feel like I shut that down. Next question.
Yeah, no, that was a good answer. That was a good answer. We gonna get on to the next question. I want women to truly understand what Rajeo said is exactly correct. That if you should not be in a relationship with a man that you either don't trust or you don't respect.
Facts.
And when we say submissive, all we're saying is that sometimes you need to yield your way.
Facts.
That if let's just say that we have both different ideas on what to do with money that we actually saved up. When we're saying to be submissive, if your man wants to go one way and you want to go a different way, you can be opinionated on the way that you want to go. Mm-hmm. But when you're submissive, you're saying, you know what? Just because I feel like that may be that way to go, I trust my man that the way he's leading us, that I'm going to help him get to there, because I know that he wants what's best for us and for the family.
Exactly.
If you cannot get to that conclusion,
then you shouldn't be in a relationship.
Then you should not be with him.
You are not capable,
because you think that you can do better than him at leading, and then it becomes a competition.
So then that's where that term alpha female and all, you don't want us because we're alpha females. No, be alpha on your job. If you're a boss at work, be a boss at work. Be a boss doing the things that you do.
You can even be a boss at home. Be a boss in a relationship. But what you're not going to do is going to walk over folks. Yeah. Don't walk over. It's one thing to be alpha.
Facts.
Don't just be beating your man or whoever the dude is, whoever, even your partner.
Yeah. Let's just keep it a buck. Anywhere there's two alphas, there's conflict.
Yeah. Always.
Anywhere. You don't have two presidents. You have a president and a vice president. You don't have two CEOs. You have a CEO, and then you have a superintendent or somebody beneath. Yeah. There's always a rank and file. There's a rank and call. Again, this goes back to wanting a traditional man, and you don't want to be a traditional woman. Just call it what it is. You want a modified traditional situation where the man is subservient. I'm not going to say subservient, where he is more lenient to letting you have your way. But that's not what this is. If you want a man that is going to lead and have your best interest in mind, you cannot be his enemy.
Facts.
You can't be his enemy, and it's that simple.
And it doesn't mean that you're not equal.
And it doesn't mean that
a good man would listen to his woman,
you know how
because on the East Coast, that's why they call their women they whiz. It's wisdom. So we know that wisdom comes from you. We are going to listen to you, but you have to be okay if I do listen to everything that you got to say
and still go
a different way. Then you still need to be like, okay, you know what? Because I trust him, then it's okay. But if it doesn't work out, that doesn't mean that next time, because it didn't work out last time, I'm going to throw it in your face and say, because now you're undermining your partner.
Facts.
A good man is going to listen to you. But again,
you get favor with your man, bro. Yeah. Like, you get favor. I love to be around a woman that trusts me, that makes me feel like I'm to be trusted, that makes me feel like I make good decisions. It's not necessarily that I need the affirmation because I make good decisions. But what's even better than knowing that I make good decisions is knowing that the person that wants to be with me and in my presence agrees that I make good decisions.
No, but let's be real. We do need that.
No, but I'm saying like if in a single setting. I get into a relationship setting, you know what I'm saying? You're right. I do need those things from her. In order for me to, because what it does for me is it makes me soft for you.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? And the things that you want to do, I'm more willing to do for you because now I feel like you're a partner. I feel like we're a team.
You know what that is?
What is that?
What that is that's pretty much. I was told in the opposite sense, where like if you're being masculine towards a woman, she could be more feminine because she has that. It's that energy.
She has room to be feminine. She has room to be feminine.
And then she's doing it, and if it's on our same way, when we can actually be our masculine selves, and with that trust, it just makes it so much easier to do so.
See,
y'all
gonna learn something today, bro. Y'all thought we was just gonna come bash y'all, but we not, bro. We about to give y'all a game.
But we have to lay it out that way because when we get that, it makes us better men. And it makes us feel like we can achieve anything. When we come home and we feel like we already, as black men, we already got to fight everybody. And then when we get home, only thing we want to do when we come home is to love on you and have peace.
That's it.
But when I come home and I got to fight you too,
man,
and you see behind closed doors what I go through,
man,
it makes you more of an enemy than what the enemy outside of my house is. It's kind of like a Trojan horse because you know me. You know my weaknesses. You know my insecurities. And for you to continually want to combat me when you know that I am stressed out, I'm dealing with work, I'm dealing with police brutality, all this other stuff. When I come home, you make it unbearable to come home, and I cannot love you properly because you've created an environment where I feel like
you have to be defensive.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes,
and there's no good offense when you have to be defensive all the time.
Thanks.
So I think that I'm going to use you as an example. I recall one time. I recall one time where you said, because you're a lot like me, where you said, "Yo, this is not your position. This is my job. I'm the man. This is my position, right? And if you want me to be the best for us, then you have to trust me to be the best."
Facts.
That is exactly how these conversations should go.
Yeah. Don't ask me if I could make a house if you can't know how to make it feel like a home.
And I think that's where we're getting to on that one. That's where we're getting to. That's what we're getting to, man.
High five.
All right, we gonna get on to the next question. And again, women, we're not. It's really we're both equal, but we play different positions.
Your job.
But you have to agree on what positions you're gonna play before you get into it. Because some people may not agree on what position that they want to play. Facts. But you got to get with a man that's gonna be able to agree with that.
Facts.
Next question.
Oh, we going through them.
Why do men cheat if they have everything they want in a woman? And why cheat with the downgrade?
We comment. Wait. Which part of the question we gonna answer first? We're gonna answer the second part. First part.
First part. I'm gonna keep it honest with y'all, man. I know y'all don't want to hear this. Niggas for sport. It's that simple. We are the only species that is dealt in masculinity in monogamy. That is it.
That's it.
And nowhere else in the animal kingdom does the male have one female.
Nope.
Matter of fact, they fight to the death to have all the females.
Right. I want y'all to go watch. I want y'all to go look at Discovery Channel one time and look at like walruses when they mating season. I want you to go look at rams when it come time to mating season.
They kill each other.
Bears, lions. Matter of fact, you know what lions do when they want to mate? When they want to mate with the pride, they kill the other lion.
Facts.
So they can sleep with the entire pride. They'll kill even the other kids.
Yep. They'll kill the cubs, so their bloodline won't raise.
Right. Also, they can sleep with all other people.
I say, and I'm giving this I'm not giving this from a spiritual perspective because there are two sides to this answer. But the regular answer is it's sport. Men are not cheating on you because they love somebody else.
Strictly pleasure.
That is it.
That's it.
Sport fishing, catch and release.
Catch and release.
That's it.
That's real.
That's real. I want to say it like this because it's shocking. And I want to say it like this because I want you to understand that the problem is not you.
Exactly.
You're not the problem. Nothing's wrong with your box.
Nope.
Your head game's not trash.
Not you.
It's not you.
Not you.
It's him.
As somebody, and I'll throw myself out there. As somebody who has
was
cheated.
A professional dirtbag.
I said that before. I said that before. As somebody who has been out there doing the most wild stuff, doing a bunch of wild stuff, it was never about the girl I was with. It was just about always I wanted more.
Facts. Mm-hmm. Just being selfish.
That's it. Just being selfish.
I will even challenge. I will go back into the Bible days initially because everybody's like, well, what about God? Initially, men
King
could
David.
marry
He's going on to King
3,
David.
4, 5, 6, 7 women. They could have multiple wives. The reason why we do have marriage in one person is to prevent those wars amongst humanity. Imagine a real statistic. 10 to 20% of the men sleep with 80% of the women. That's real facts. That's real life facts. Why? Because 80% of you guys desire the same kind of man. So there's access to 80% for the 10 to 20%. I know you don't want to hear that either, but that's facts. Okay, so all you guys are pretty much sleeping with the same kind of guy. But the only reason why we have rules for that is so we don't have those kind of wars and all those kind of killings. Imagine you
said 80%, man.
Bro,
I think, man, that number, it's a little bit higher than that. You said 10 sleep with 8. Nah, it's like it's. And the reason I say that is from speaking from perspective. I ain't got no kids, so I know for a fact when in my experience, when women find out I ain't got no kids, when they be like, oh, you ain't like nobody just around. Like regardless if I'm like I got a girl, but like I don't have kids, they be like, you ain't got no kids.
Yeah, but you a special case.
There is a reason. There's a lot of influence and other stuff in my background as to why I don't have kids at 34.
No, but still though, you're a special case. You're a special case at 34 that doesn't have any kids.
But when women see that, they be like, and it's like you said, that number goes from 80% to like all of them. They be like, you ain't got no kids? Like, oh, I can all of them.
He said, hey, you kind of low there. You kind of low. You better than everything else.
And I'm being dead serious. And but that's my experience. That's my experience.
He smashes everybody.
No, I don't know why I do not. All of them.
You said all of them.
But all of them be like, but it do perk them up. It be like, damn, you like, fuck the rest of the, like, I don't care if you got a job. I don't care about your health record. I don't care.
Kids.
You ain't got no kids? You don't live at home with your mama? Oh, they ain't asking what's wrong with you.
But the real answer is selfishness in sport, man. That's the real answer. I know focus is quiet, so I know you over there conjuring. What you thinking?
No, I'm just letting y'all talk.
Now, what about the second part of the question, man?
Well, hold on. We did Photo B didn't answer?
I've been agreeing. There's nothing else.
Agreeing, yeah.
There's really nothing else to say, right?
You know,
it ain't got nothing to do with y'all. It's us. It's what we want to do.
We suck.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, you know what?
We're doing man shit.
You know what? I will, for the majority, what you guys are saying is absolutely correct.
Talk about the little part.
There is a small percentage of men who because they feel like they're going to miss out on somebody that they just met or something that they did not have.
Selfishness.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is part of that missing out does happen sometimes when they're not getting what they want at home. Yeah. And then
I was a part of that small percentage.
Then there's another woman that will say, "Oh, your woman ain't doing that." I used to
be a dirtbag like that.
Oh, your woman ain't doing that. I'll do it for you.
Facts.
And then it's like, then you kind of wane it. And that's a very small percentage. The majority of the men who cheat, I totally agree. Selfishness, or
sports,
or again trying to boost your own ego, your own confidence.
Totally. I don't even know if it's an ego boost or confidence.
It is.
Maybe as a young man, maybe as a younger man in your early 20s, it is. Like in your late teens, yes. But once you like hit a certain age, man, you start going over 25, like bruh, like you still get like who don't get excuse my language, who don't get pussy,
right?
So, nigga, it ain't no ego booster after 25.
And listen, he just asked a real question. 80 to 90% of men aren't getting any because 10 to 20% are smashing 80% of the women.
Oh, you right. Okay, when
you
know
say
what I'm
that
saying?
Right. So you got to think about. So
but
the reason why I'm saying that is this.
But how many times have you been in a room with like and you've been in a room with a woman and we know that she's probably smashed somebody in that room.
A lot.
Exactly. So we know. So do we know dudes is out here getting it? But the thing is like we not gonna sit here
and
just
say shortage on pussy.
We not just right. We not just gonna sit here and assume that I can't sit here and assume that 10% of the dudes is smashing 80% of women.
It's facts though.
But
it's facts. It's facts.
I'm
Go
gonna assume
blackdemographic.com.
I'm gonna assume that women are out here throwing pussy like frisbees.
I'm not gonna say that.
I am.
I'm gonna say that.
I agree.
I agree. Why do you think it's so hard for to date in Sacramento? People think it's so hard to date.
It's hard to date
everywhere,
bro. Right?
Everywhere, bro.
See, niggas, people who have never left the city or ever been anywhere else always want to blame the city.
It's not the city.
It's not the city. It's human nature.
It's wherever you are.
Human nature.
Exactly.
If you've been anywhere for an extended period of time, because of the proximity, you are going to run into people that have slept together or dated.
And just because you move somewhere doesn't mean just because you move somewhere and you start smashing somebody new don't mean they didn't smash everybody.
Yeah, it's just new. Every person I talk to that's from the city says the same exact thing. I don't like dating people in my city because I know too many people and it's too small.
It doesn't
that's
make it.
Vegas.
That's
Atlanta.
Y'all gotta get over that. Y'all gotta get over that.
You know what's crazy? It doesn't. Go ahead.
Y'all gotta get over that, man. Y'all gotta get over that. That me personally, that's not an issue. That's not what I worry about if I'm dating a chick. You know, I know you. Matter of fact, I want you to have been out there like that. You know, I personally do not care. You okay? Now me personally, I say don't have me in the same room with cuz, and I mean like don't have him in my face. Like in this setting right now, I don't want him to be where Photo B is at. Like nah, he shouldn't be in that close to my proximity. But I mean, I assume if you out there, you a single person, you done been out there a little bit.
Smashing for sure.
Man, that's cool with me, and that's cool with me personally.
Right,
for sure.
You know, so
because we didn't all had them people where we met for 2 or 3 weeks and you smashed them 2 or 3 times and you never talked to them again.
Just don't make me look stupid.
Yeah.
That's really what it boils down to.
Yeah. If you smash me, you don't look stupid.
No, but what he's saying is don't put me in a situation.
Any girl that smashed me doesn't look
Don't
stupid.
put me in a situation where I don't know, but everybody else knows. You know what I mean? Like you make me look stupid.
Yeah.
Just give me what it is. Like, hey, we're going to this party. This guy that I used to date, he may be there. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, that's all I want to know. Yeah, he
cool.
may be in the room, right? He ain't about to be my friend though.
Yeah,
like you ain't. Matter of fact, just say that's him. Say that, and I already know what's up.
Yeah.
Because the worst thing, because you know what I saw this week on social media. You know what? Before we go to the second part of the question, what I saw this week on social media is the worst thing that that a girl could do is introduce her dude to the dude she smashed and not tell him. And the reason that's being in the comments were like, because if they get into it, the one up he is always going to say is like, hey man, you better get your boy. And we all know what that be. He gonna be like, he gonna tell you how your girl sound. And no man on the face of this earth wants to have another man tell him what his girl sound like. Cause then you gotta go on a t-shirt, bro. Straight up.
It's body bags. Gotta go on a t-shirt, buddy.
You tell me what my girl sound like, bro. I gotta hit you with a chair at least.
This is when you're doing too much. This is when I'm just like, yo, there's a whole ocean out there. You know what I mean? I'm leaving, bro. If you got me looking stupid, I'm okay with that.
Ride.
I'm not okay with that.
I'm okay with you smashing a nigga with a chair.
I'm just what I'm
saying. I'm more upset with her for not telling me what it was.
Right. So like
you know
I said,
I mean?
like
but I'm not gonna take it confrontational though. Dudes are confrontational. You may just and it's never happened. But dudes are just naturally confrontational.
Yeah.
Like
that's
the dude want the dope chick because he didn't already had it before. You don't come in. You really ain't peeping game, and you be like, bro, like come on, man, back a little bit, and then you know.
And then he's like, "This is my chick."
He like, and he start going there. You gonna be like,
if he start going, then yeah. If it's,
I didn't have niggas. I didn't been at chick's house before, and the nigga walked in the house, and then he was like, "Nigga, you can't be here." I'm like, "Yo, you didn't tell me about none of this."
Yeah, see that's.
And
different.
then he was like, "We gotta catch fades."
That's different.
I was like, "All right."
Yeah, that's definitely different. Yeah, right. But I'm talking about being out and about. Yeah. Like you out and about. Like you go somewhere and y'all end up in the same room in the same space.
Like it's even worse if the nigga walk in the house.
Man.
Oh, that's what I said. I walk in the house, man.
Too
there, bro.
He way too comfortable. Oh, you smashed yesterday.
Right. You was just here.
Let's get it on.
You got
exactly. Yeah, let's get it on. This nigga smashed yesterday. That nigga put his gun on the nightstand and he was like, "We gotta go catch a fade." I was like, "I respect that."
All right. So before we get off to the second part of that question is why cheat with a downgrade?
What's a downgrade?
Hold on. Let's let the guest go.
Why do you assume it's a downgrade? First of all, just is it based off of because of what she looks like? You may not even know what she look like. You assuming what she looks like? Is it what her job is? Like you're assuming that. Again, you're assuming that men are cheating for like to replace you. Some are cheating to replace you, but that's a very few. But most men are cheating just because, like he said earlier, it's just sport. You know, it's catch and release. So I'm with her for opportunity. That's it. I just want to get my nut and go home.
But you know how women are.
Yeah,
women turn into FBI agents when they find a chick. They go through the socials. They go through the pictures.
You focused on the wrong thing. If you understand the reason behind why men cheat, then you'll understand.
That's a bar, bro. Did you hear what he said?
No, I get it.
That's a bar, bro. You were focused on the wrong thing.
You focused on the wrong thing.
That is free game.
You just see the woman. You just see the woman.
You
just seeing the woman and like that's it. And that's not the thing you should be like, okay, what does she do? Is she don't look better than me? You don't know what a man sees in her. Like you don't look through the world through his eyes. You know, you just looking at her in comparison to you. And it's not about you.
Even if she was better, she's still gonna call her a downgrade.
Oh, you right, because she gonna be mad, right? She find out.
There's some women that are honest. They be like, "Yeah,
hey, I be seeing some like, oh, she like with da 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 da, or when he cheated with this bitch, da da da, and she looked like this. I'm like, yeah, he
I can see why
he cheated on her with you. He cheated on her with you.
Look, he's cheating himself at this point.
Because we did that with Derek Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
When the mistresses popped up, what was the first thing that people did on the internet do?
Why is with his wife?
Destroyed
they
his
put
wife. They flamed her.
And they put pictures side by side
by
saying,
"Oh,
that's why you got
Twitter
cheated
was
on."
in a storm because of that. Because they was like, bro, I see
it's
why.
It's amazing
how women will justify another woman being cheated on, but be mad as mad when they get cheated on. Crazy.
Oh, bro, women move the needle in any direction, any way possible.
They move the goalposts like this, bro. They move the goalposts. You'll never kick a straight field goal.
Never.
All right, let's go ahead and get on to
That's a fucking
I gotta ask this question because if not, you already know. Actually, no, we're gonna ask this question first, and then we're gonna ask the next question because I think this kind of goes hand in hand. So, at what point in life do men consider settling down? I think that's a good question.
35. 30 to 35.
That's the general time when they should.
Okay, I would say that men consider settling down early, but actually having the capability and the maturity to do it, I would say between 30 and 35.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same.
You say the same thing?
Because I got asked the other day. It's like, why am I not like in a relationship? Like, you about to be 30. And I'm like, because I don't want to be. I'm not really in the mindset to be in a relationship. Like settle down to like make those moves.
I also think too, that has a lot. I also think that has a lot to do with accomplishments. For me, like I'm a goal setter, right? So being somebody that got married young, I wanted to work out the path of my success with my wife when I was married, right? And now that I don't have that, for me, because I lost so much in the damage, right? And that for me, myself personally, around 32, 33, I really started. Now I'm starting to feel like, hey, maybe I want to settle down.
Right.
I feel like I could be, but I've accomplished everything that I feel like is necessary to have a wife and a family.
Right.
I feel like I'm in position to be able to provide. If she wants to have kids and she doesn't want to work, I can do that.
Right.
Right. So for me, I'm confident in my ability as a man to be able to lead my family and sustain my family now. So that's what made me decide, I want to, I'll probably get married and settle down again.
Yeah, that was going to be my answer. I don't think it's an age thing because I think everybody matures and they have different stages in life. I think it's more or less when a man feels accomplished and he's confident in, when a real man has felt like he's accomplished enough and feels like he can provide for his family, that is when you start thinking about settling down. No real man wants to settle down if he has nothing to offer.
That's bingo.
You know what I mean?
Because
like,
we know that the odds of you leaving are extremely high.
Well, again, for me to feel like I'm at my best, I have to feel like I have something to offer my wife, and if we have children, that I can provide and take care of both of them. So when that is in place, then that's when I'm like, okay, I can think and I can see that I can have somebody there as a partner. What happens is a lot of times men are pressured into settling down before they're ready, and then they're having to work that out as they are in a relationship or in marriage. And then when women are like, oh, well, I don't know what's wrong, why are we arguing, whatever, because I'm at conflict with myself.
Bingo.
And instead of you being there to support and help, if you are going to push me, and it is not usually, sometimes women pushing, but sometimes it's just because a man feels like that's just what I'm supposed to do.
Bingo.
And other people are pushing them. The mom's pushing them, dad's pushing them.
That's what happened to me.
I've been there before that.
I got married early because of that.
Right.
Because I'm a pastor's kid and I was pretty.
Right. So for us, it's like then when we're put in a position where we're not ready, again, we're more at war with ourselves and we're at war with you, and you take it as it's a problem with me. It's like, no, it's not you. It's me. Same thing with the cheating thing. Most of those stuff is internal battles.
Yeah.
So when you are dating or trying to get to know a man, those are questions you need to ask.
Facts.
Hey, where are you at in your life? Do you feel like that you've accomplished what you need to accomplish? Do you feel like that you're secure where you need to be secure? Because if the answer is no, and if he has no vision for his life, then why do you want to be with a man that can't have, if he has no vision for your life, for his life, how is he going to have a vision for your family? He needs to have a clear vision for, look, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm doing, this is where I want to go, and this is what I want to accomplish within the next 5, 10, 15 years. And if he can't articulate that, then you need to maybe pump your brakes a little bit.
All right, let me chime in on the question. So you mentioned a few things that both y'all did. So the first thing, but this is another stuff, you said women don't ask enough questions. Y'all got to address that at another date, just because that deals with a lot. So mention what you say. It's not necessarily an age range, but it's a maturity range where you at. I matured later in life, and I'm only 34. I matured later in life, but that was because I didn't have to grow up. You know, it was never forced on me. I was the youngest kid, so that's why. But so in that aspect, I think it's more so in my aspect, it's a financial thing. Divorce rates are 50%, and they most likely end because of money.
And they're filed 80% of the time by women.
So if you not for the longest time, I was not financially stable.
Right.
You know, just because living in the Bay Area, expensive place, just not enough money, and so typically in your 20s, the average person probably ain't got no bread. I ain't had no bread in my 20s.
Facts.
You know, I was trying to get to it.
We really don't get it to like 35, 40.
Right. So there's a statistic that shows like people start making, like when they start making over 6 figures, it's not till actually in their late 30s. I've read
40,
that.
41 is the average.
Oh, see.
Yeah, and then men don't really hit their on average. They don't hit their financial stride to 45 to 55.
Yep. And then that's when you start really seeing your men 6 figures. That's when you see all them sugar daddies like, I can take care of you.
Yeah,
I can finally do it. I can finally do it.
And that's why you see those older men dating the younger women.
Well, that's a whole nother story.
That's a
whole nother story.
So, but at what point, I think it deals with whenever they're mature mentally, because a lot of my friends got married in their 20s, and then it deals with. Yeah, because actually, you know what? I'm going to Hawaii in a month, and we will be going to celebrate my boy's 10-year anniversary. Renewal. So, and they got married at 24. So shout out to my boy Chooch, you know, my sis Steph. So not Steph that's on this one, but my other boy was Steph. So, but even shout out to Steph, you know, and hers, man. You know, they've been on. I think now
4 or 5.
4, yeah. But they've been together since 15 years.
Since God created her
For a long time.
Yeah, man, since we was in college. So, but
shout out to Steph.
But why?
Shout out to Coach D-Lo for Steph. Okay, shout out to Coach D-Lo.
Yeah. Okay.
But
sorry,
so
man,
it deals with first is when they mature mentally, and then it's gonna be when they get the bag. It's those two things.
Have you guys read the book The Way of the Superior Man?
No.
Okay, so when I was reading this book, they said that a man, if you are, I hate the term a real man, but I will say a mature man.
There you go.
Because I don't like when women use that. You're not a real man.
That's a better term.
Because they don't know what a real man is.
You don't really know.
That's a better term.
Right? So you really don't know. So a mature man is going to have a vision, a plan to execute that vision, and then he's going to have proof that he's executing. Right? Because like you said, when I feel comfortable now because I've created a space that could work for a family.
Yeah.
I've created a financial empire that I know that we're going to have money every month. You know, we're going to collect rents, whether it be, or we're going to sell bakeries or cheesecake, or we're going to make music and do records, but we're going to be able to pay these bills.
Right.
And I know that I make sufficient enough money to raise several kids and have a wife stay at home if she wanted to stay at home and raise the kids. Right. So for me, like he said, it's really about his finances, because most men are valued at their level of success financially.
Which sucks.
It does suck, but it's the truth.
No, I agree. No, I'm 100%. I'm just saying it sucks.
Because whether women, I had this conversation with you guys before, whether women know it or not, that you guys want the same type of man. You want them in a different package in your particular personality or however you want them, but you all want a successful man.
Right, and it's
you
not
want a provider, somebody protector.
Right, they want some and they just want to be able to, and money allows you to do just so much things. Not necessarily to stunt, but I mean, let's just talk, basics, man. People, arguing over the light bill, man. It's supposed to be 100 degrees today, man. Nobody want to argue about, man, turn the AC off, turn the AC off. The power bill gonna be too high. Like, I'm the type to be like, man, look, I don't care how hot it is. Turn that motherfucker on, leave it on all day, and I'm gonna pay the bill.
Well, you got money.
I don't care about that. I want you to eat. One thing my girl likes to argue about me about is the grocery bill. She like it's 2 of us. The grocery bill is too fucking high. She likes to say that. I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. I like to eat. I need food. I want to be able to go in there and get what I want when I want it. Make it. I don't care if it's either way. All I'm saying is when does a man want to settle down? When he get the bag and he matures mentally.
Facts.
Whatever age that is for that person.
Facts.
For that person.
So,
me, it happened in my late 20s, started in my late 20s, early 30s. The next person, it could be 22.
Right.
The next person could be 20. The next person
that's
could be
why
40.
that's why men really start getting married, I think, where they can handle a marriage around 33, 35, because they already have a clear path of where they're going. It's laid out. Like you said, in the 40s, you're starting to hit your 6 figures. So you're 35, you're doing your 70,000, 80,000, 90,000s, right? And you're making those plays. It's a lot easier to say, hey, it's a lot easier to ask someone to settle down when you have a presentation for them. Even in the Bible, it says that when the bridegroom is ready, he leaves for a while. He sets up the house. He puts things in order.
He prepares a place.
For his family to come. Yeah. Right. That's how it should be. Right.
Well, and that's what a woman should want. I would think that.
Well,
because
that goes back to I don't want to say submissive, but that goes back to that portion. That question is like, okay, can you trust in his decision making?
Yes.
It's not necessarily being submissive. Can you trust in that decision making? And it goes back to what you said about having a plan, man.
Right.
Men, you guys have to, and this is strictly to men. Men, you guys have to be better planners. And the reason that is because you won't always be young.
Without a vision, the people perish.
You have to be able to plan your next step. One day you'll wake up and you'll be 35 turns into 50 turns into, gravestone.
Yeah.
So you have to.
You die after 50, damn.
Nah, you do.
Well,
you do.
Black men's life expectancy is the lowest out of anybody.
Like
you
62.
do, man. Shoot. Chadwick Boseman died last year, man. As soon as I saw that, bro, and how old he was, I called my doctor immediately.
Yeah,
like that. I was like, yo, I need my physical tomorrow.
Facts. and it's again, and this is something else that a misconception that is put out there. When we say that finances are so important to us because we want to be financially free. We don't want to be slave to the lender. We don't want to, like you said, have to worry about light bill, because all those things are arguments. And the top 3 reasons why people divorce is finances, communication, and sex. Those are the 3. So
sex ain't even number 1 or 2.
No,
so people can get through. People can get not having sex, or even bad sex.
But
what
the
they can get through
finances,
is if you fuck up the money.
Exactly. So we have to be able, and when we have a plan, you have to be able to communicate the plan. You can't just say, I got a plan to follow me, because as a woman,
you need to paint the picture.
You got to communicate
very descriptive,
and you need to be able to articulate. Yeah, and you got to include
her. You got to include her in that plan.
And what you said was key, is that you have to have evidence that you are actually working the plan. You can't just keep everything, private or in. Oh, so what's going on?
Facts.
Don't worry about it.
See, men
I got that problem sometimes too.
Men want trust, but women want something to believe in. You have to give them something to believe in. You can't just be like, trust me, and then you don't have any proof that you know what you're doing.
Well, show your work. You know how back in elementary school they was like with mathematicians, you got to show your work. How? You got to show your work.
Show your work.
Show your work.
That's facts.
Show your work. You got to carry the one, man. Show how you did it.
Yeah. See, they thought Jerome was gonna come on here.
No, you got to show your work. But I think it's important. I think it's important to say that, because if you want your woman to be submissive, you have to ask yourself, is your leadership style, would you follow yourself?
Bingo.
And if the answer is no, then you got to switch it up.
You got to chill out, fam.
Because you got to be understanding to your woman, because she is delicate and she is your wife. That's your queen. That's whatever. So you have to be able to make sure that she feels comfortable. You have, like you said, you have to prepare a place.
Facts.
Is she uncomfortable? If she's uncomfortable, bro, that's on you.
Facts.
If you want to be the lead, then you got to take all the accountability and the responsibility that comes along with that. You can't be the lead, but then when shit goes wrong, then you want to start punishing her for it.
Hey, you know what's crazy about being the lead? Even if you're not the lead, if shit goes left, who they blaming?
You.
Facts. So even if she wants to be the lead, she's not really the lead, because none of the blame falls on her. And if you get married for the right reasons, for covenant with God, if your family fails, God holds you accountable.
But that's because we were raised to defer to the women.
Who was raised to? What you mean we was
Black
raised?
men?
Unfortunately, we live in a matriarchy.
To defer to women.
Yeah, we live in a matriarchy.
I think we need to touch on this before we get on to the next question.
Yeah, explain that.
When I say in general, so like, for example, so my household.
Big
my
mama.
dad worked.
Right.
Luckily, my mom was able to stay home.
Right.
So if I'm going to school, or even before school, who do I see the majority of the time?
It's mom.
So when there's a decision that needs to be made in the household, if my dad is gone, who do I ask? Moms. So when my dad comes home and there's something that happens and my mom didn't like it, guess what? She got the final say because he's not home.
All right. All right. Let me ask you this. So you grew up in a 2-parent household.
2-parent household.
All right. That's not the majority for us.
No, I know. I'm saying that's my experience. But okay.
Yeah,
so then let's
my
say
experience and people I know, and I got two brothers.
Right.
So and we're my oldest one is 8 years older than me. My other one's 4 years older than me.
Right.
So my mother worked sometimes 2 jobs, but primarily one, and she wasn't home.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know if you want to call it fear or respect. Either way, we knew not to mess up certain stuff, and we knew to make certain decisions because, one, we knew what was expected of us. She put that in us, but she was gone.
It was fear and respect.
Yeah, right. That's why I said I don't know if it was fear or respect. Yeah, right. So we couldn't defer. We just knew. You know, so look. Sometimes you even gotta plan like, okay, well, how's mom gonna react with this?
Right.
So I can't say like in your experience, because most people I know come from single parent homes.
So even in that though, so if it's a single parent household,
still a matriarchy.
So who's usually the single parent that's there?
Oh, the mom. My mom was there.
So then you had no choice but defer to mom.
Well, yes, defer. We had to defer to her,
or
we had to know.
And in your standpoint, you're saying is you already had the rules set out, but you guys made the decisions.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying in most cases,
whose rules are they? Though?
Who's running the household? It's the mother. So maybe not in your household, Dad, but in a single parent household, I gotta ask mom for everything.
It's always
ask mom for money. Ask mom to take me to football practice. And she was always the one that was advocating. Hey, my kid ain't playing. You need to put him in. Or, hey, going to the school, advocating for the teachers.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, again, you're still in a situation where you're having to defer to the mother. So, in some cases, men were raised to provide but not lead.
Facts.
And the mom usually had the final say so because she was the one that knew the inner workings of what was going on in the house.
Right, because I will say when you said that we was raised to lead. I didn't start being taught like really to lead until like I was getting ready to lead a house.
Facts.
Like at 21.
So for me, same thing. My dad was a crackhead most of my life, right? Most of my childhood, I would say. But you're right. From place to place to place, it was moms, aunties, and grandmas, right? And so with that being said, right, this is where you have to understand as women what you're really dealing with. What you're dealing with is you're dealing with a bunch of men who who have no idea what it takes to lead. So when you're asking a man,
didn't see it.
Well, he didn't see it, right? Yeah. So they don't know, right? So when you're upset about when you're calling a man weak and you're telling him he's this and he's that because he's not the type of leader you want, what you're doing is you're putting him back in that situation where he's in that matriarchy. And you break him down, and then he desires less of you, and he will find someone else to replace that. I feel like these are the conversations that I feel like we got to have another episode about this because this goes into trauma, this goes into history, this goes into
that kind of sounds familiar when I ask a couple of people, like a couple of guys who don't date black women. That's kind of the thing they
because they're moms. They remember their moms.
Not necessarily because of that too. It could be where they live at too. Because I live in a predominantly I don't live in a.
Well, I'm just saying for them. I'm just saying for them. Like specifically, like, there's a few people who gave me that answer. You know, I know there's a plethora.
And you're telling the truth because I have friends. Most of my friends are married to black women, but I do have the couple friends that are married to white women. It is the exact same reason. It is the exact same reason, and it's probably because of a generalization of black women, obviously. But
I mean, it's the same thing with
they grew up in a household where they were abused by their mother, and she was a single mom.
Yep.
Both of them.
Yep.
And they both married not black women.
Yep.
Yeah, I want you to finish your point.
No, that was just pretty much it. It was just connected. It's connected to
hit
that.
You when I said that,
right? It did because like
yeah.
I've noticed that. You know what I mean? So it's like it makes. I've seen some black men be turned off of that because of how black women were raised. I remember I was having a conversation with somebody before that the way that you are raised has to match up with your partner. You know what I mean?
Got to be equally yoked.
Exactly. You can't be raised in a matriarchy and then try to date somebody who's been raised in a patriarchy because now there's a power struggle of who's supposed to lead. Who runs this? How's this supposed to work?
So then, and see, that's funny you say that, and that's probably why I like women who are independent because I was raised in a single.
I also like women that are independent.
So then with that example, then why do the black men who view other races as more docile? Why do they go to those races instead of staying with the black woman? So if you are used to how a black woman leads, then why do you go the opposite way then?
Wait.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying
before we get into that, hold on. Before we get into that, let's make sure we be very clear. Let's make sure we be very clear when you ask that too. Mind you, black men still predominantly date black women.
They marry.
Absolutely.
87% of us marry black women.
So let's make sure we say that. Let's make sure we get that out there. That's very clear. Now, I can't really answer your question, so I'm about to defer after this part.
Well, I was talking about his example because he had a specific example of and let's be very clear too because I think that you made a very good point. This is not black women's fault.
It's not.
They were put in a position where they had to be strong.
Right.
They had to be the lead.
Yep.
So I don't want
But the information focus with this information, you have to make adjustments. Now you have to be accountable on both sides, the men and the women, because that's what the podcast is for. I'm not just going to say that it's not your fault that you have to lead, but now that you have the information, you need to make the proper adjustments,
or just understand what you are seeing.
And he needs to make the proper adjustments or get the proper help, because if you just sit back and you say it's not my fault, then you don't get a solution, right? And we can't heal and we don't get better,
right? But I think in that instance, it's not for their solution, unless you're raising a black man. So what I'm saying is, if you were pushed into a leadership spot, you can't say that's my fault.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it's because there's an absence of what we're saying is what quote unquote an alpha male that maybe was not there, or with the single parent mom may have for whatever reason. So you are forced into a position to raise kids on your own.
But as a daughter that's growing up in that situation, right, and you want to be the head of the household and you want to lead the man, right, you have to understand that because that's what you grew up in, it doesn't mean that we stay in that. You gotta go do the work if you want your relationships to be healthy.
You have to be accountable.
Right. So that's all I'm saying. It's not your fault. I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah,
but what you do with the information from here on is absolutely your fault. You are 100% accountable.
I agree with that.
If you can sit here and listen to the podcast and then not take accountability for your actions from here on out, then we're gonna start calling it your fault.
Got it.
So if you're talking about the whole like the way of
this is bars.
So you were saying that whatever you grew up in, that's what you seek. Right. So if you grew up in a matriarchy,
no, that's what you should. That's what makes the most sense. So that way, there's there's this equal understanding of the upbringing.
Correct.
Right. So a lot of times when people are raised, they are raised in that way. They're raised as when for black people, for us, a lot of times we are raised by the mothers.
Right.
Right. So now, but men and women are raised differently by their moms.
Of course.
Right?
Okay. Of course.
So the woman is going to pretty much emulate their mom.
Okay.
Right? So they're going to still have that mom runs this shit.
Okay.
Right? I run this shit.
Okay.
Right? So now you're going to have these conversations with some men who dealt with mom runs this shit, but I don't like the way that she's been talking to me. Mom's been down. My mom talks to me a certain way. My older sister talks to me a certain way. My grandma talks to me a certain way. I don't like the way you talk to me. She was raised by other races. A lot of times their upbringing was under a patriarchy, where dad is dad thing, right? Dad ran this. Dad was this. Dad was trusted.
Right.
Dad was there.
Right.
So now they have that look of. That I can trust this man. I'm gonna do because I saw my mom do for my dad. Now I'm gonna do the same way. I'm gonna do for my man.
Gotcha.
Right now, I'm not saying that doesn't happen like that in black communities.
No, I was just telling you.
We're just saying
this is the same thing we talked about with the generational curses when women were like they're not being protected by black men, right? And when we first talked about it, we said you got to go back through the generations and you got to see that these black men were loved on, disciplined, raised by, and led by black women. So if you don't understand that, then you don't understand the reaction you get from some of these men when you have a black woman telling him he's not shit, or when you have a black woman telling him that he's not man enough, or you're not a real man, or you need to act like a man, or I need a real nigga, right? See, what you're doing is you're pressing back into those emotions that he had to suppress as a child. So you get the reaction that he can now do freely to you that he couldn't do to his mother or to his aunt or whoever else he feels like was victimizing him or disciplining him. And I'm not saying that shit is fair. I'm not going to say anything is fair.
Right.
But I am going to say everything is life.
Life ain't fair.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that it's fair, but you have to understand that. We have to understand these. And so I understand what you're talking about because I know for a fact my two friends that are married to women that are not black, they both said their mother abused them.
Right.
You know what I mean? They grew up in single mother homes and their mother abused them and cursed their daddies every day.
Right.
So I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with their marriage decisions because I love my boys and I love their wives, right? But the reason they went that route,
I can understand.
I can absolutely understand.
Yeah, and I think that's what I said at the beginning is that they are looking for a woman that's more docile.
Yeah, I would say that.
It's the perception that black women are strong, that they're opinionated, that they will. No, I think we have to be real. That is part of why some of the men that date outside the race do that because
they're looking for a fictional situation.
Because white women are more perceived as docile, Latin women are more perceived as docile. It's or exotic, however you want to say. But what I'm saying is they're perceived as being more cooperative, more more feminine, more lighter. You know what I mean? Because it's. But okay, so for example, when a Latin woman goes off on her man, what do we say?
They say it's sexy as fuck.
Sexy as fuck.
Or it's passionate. Oh, I love her passion. When a black woman does it, then what do we say?
She's angry as fuck.
Angry or crazy.
Let me. This is
Asian women too.
Both angry and crazy.
Hold on. This is strictly to the men. This is strictly to the men on this comment, man. You motherfuckers got to start getting thicker skin. Not y'all in here.
No,
I'm talking about the niggas who are specifically who are dating women. Like you said, black women are, they aggressive, they talking crazy, but then you go date to Hispanic, because she's she's docile, that she's subservient,
or Asians,
white, whoever. If you date non-black women because you believe that black women are aggressive, first off, fuck you. Second of all, y'all need to really take a nice long look in the mirror, man, and y'all need to really grow some thicker skin, and y'all need to figure some things out because, man, I'm not saying. First off, all black women are not like that. 'Cause I have dated black women who are quote unquote aggressive, or I would say hood chick, and then I have dated the women who have grown up in the suburbs. I've dated black women who have been in middle class. And if you do something wrong, man, you do something to piss anybody off, they gonna cuss you out. They gonna let you know, regardless of the matter.
Yeah.
But for you to say that because she did X, Y, Z, well, first off, what did you do to make her do that?
Facts.
And sometimes you got to be able to sit there and handle that shit.
Accountability.
I'm gonna say something real, bro. Since we're on that subject, if you are a man that carries himself and conducts himself as a man, a mature man, and you give them and you do man shit, women respect you. I've been in a situation one time where a woman put her hands on me, or when she tried to abuse me or whatever, and I let that shit slide because I was like 17 years old, right?
But in my 20s.
But since then I've been so much on my shit and building my life up and doing things correctly. I've not run into that anymore because I've always been respected. I've always been respected as a man because I handle my business and I have the evidence that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I don't have women trying to run me over.
Well,
black, white, or indifferent.
We also have to take into account the same way that we said that the generational curses and past trauma, that there's also generational curses and past trauma from what black men have done to black women.
Of course.
So, or abandoning or leaving and all this other stuff. So we always have to take that into account when you're dealing with a person, because a person always has a past. They always have something that they have dealt with that shapes how they interact with people, move people forward.
Facts.
So just like we say that we had to do the work, everybody got their own work.
Facts.
Black men got to do the work.
Right.
If you had issues with your mom that caused you to look at black women in a different way, you need to then go do the work. Because not all black women are your mama.
Right.
They don't all
So
interact
your
with you
mama
like
big
that.
dog.
And your mom had trauma that she was dealing with, which probably
Dealing
showed
with your
up.
ass.
Right. Mad at your daddy. As a kid, I wanted parents.
And it's up. So we all got to take that into account. I just wanted to bring that point up because I think what you said is accurate with black men who do date outside their race. I just think that is misguided, like what JR is saying, that to generalize all black women in that shape or form, that's not true.
That's why I use the
and
word.
they will tell you when you fucking up, they gonna tell you.
Anybody will. Your boss gonna tell you fucking
No,
up.
no, but it's not some of the docile women. No, some will just keep their mouth shut because that's how they were raised. Some of the women just keep it and say, nope, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let him fuck up and let him keep doing what he's doing. Some women
and then I'm
won't.
gonna divorce him and take half. That's exactly
Some
what
women
they
won't.
do. That's what they do.
But before we go into the, you said when you preface this question, you asked us something. You said I'm gonna ask this one. I'm gonna ask the next one. So I want to know what this next one is. Before because we got all the topics.
Well,
man, this conversation got a lot. It's really deep.
Yeah, it's ballooned to something bigger, right?
Yeah,
which is
not
good.
shallow.
Real quick, I didn't actually answer the when men are gonna actually settle down. My realization is sometimes it just ain't really our goal. It may not even be our goal right now to do so.
That's facts, bro.
You know what I mean?
You
can't. If it's not our goal to get married and shit,
the biggest facts.
there might be not really a reason for us to feel like to get in a relationship.
The biggest
we
facts.
might have something else going on.
And I agree with that 100%. And I want to say it's not because of what they say. If you why buy the cow when you get the milk for free?
Yeah, that ain't the reason.
It's not because of that. It's not because of that. That's a very archaic way of thinking. We have to really get outside of it. We have to get away from that type of stuff. We have to understand why maybe a person doesn't want to get married. Let's look at the institution of marriage to some people, because and now we're in a day and age where people are what I don't want to. Is the term polyamorous or whatever? Polygamy.
Well,
Polygamous. Yeah.
Photo B knows.
Yeah. So when you know, forgive me if I said that wrong. You know, I really don't. I just know the word starts with a P.
Polygamous,
so, polygamous,
polyamorous, whichever one.
Yeah. Okay. So right.
Only
so,
difference is like who's having the
so
most
if you're into that, I
relationships
mean, you know, and that's just this day and age because we allow folks to be free. So it could be stuff like that, but I don't. That's another
free.
That's another thing.
I mean,
All right, let's do the next one, bro.
polygamy is the most natural way to go.
All right, we gonna do,
especially if you're a man,
because we time is getting away from us. So we're gonna do one more. Two more questions. We're gonna do two more questions.
We'll make them snappy.
And then the rest we'll do maybe like an IG live or something.
All right, fine.
So this is the next question. I wanted to get to that question first, but the next question is, why do black men feel the need to humble black women?
When I saw this question, the first thing that popped in my mind.
The first thing is, who hurt you?
Here we go.
No, I wanted some more. I wanted some more context, you know. So even as I thought about this, but then as I really kept thinking about this, even as I was coming here, and even during the week. So the first thing I think about is, what if she does need humbling? And the reason I ask that is because we are in a day and age where women are very empowered, like at the forefront. And so we have music that is telling women to be free, be themselves, be very vocal. But what if it's getting to a point where it's like you are being so loud and boisterous to where you are now like overstepping boundaries? Are we even thinking about that? And that's how I thought about it. So I don't know what we're seeing to where we see black men are humbling black women, because I don't see that. I don't see that in what I see on social media, because that's not who I follow. So I would look at it. I looked at it from that standpoint. What if that woman needs to be humbled? You know, like, okay, I understand that you're doing X, Y, Z, but chill out. You know, like I'm from a standpoint of we do not reward fish for swimming. So if you got some successes, you're supposed to have success, and you shouldn't always celebrate successes, even though you should. But it should come natural. But you telling people, shouting out the top of your lungs, and now you overstepping boundaries, and it's like, chill out.
You want to know how I feel about this?
Yes.
I feel like this. I don't feel the need to humble anybody. Mm-hmm. I don't care. Do what you do. If you vibe with me and I vibe with you, then we rock.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that was the context of what it meant.
No. I'm gonna get to that. But for myself, I'm in a position in my life to where there's just some shit that I don't got to deal with. So if I don't like your program, why waste my time trying to humble you? I just move on to the next and I do my thing.
Yeah, I think we're answering this question on an individual basis.
No, I'm gonna go to the group one now. But that's for me. Mm-hmm. But as far as humbling black women, what are we talking about humbling in a sense? Are we talking about asking for you to be submissive in a relationship? No. Are we talking about we don't want them to be so loud and boisterous and have their opinions in life? And
I think we've seen this. I think they're talking about more or less maybe like the Kevin Samuels program, more or less like telling black women what they are.
But Kevin Samuels isn't humbling black women. He's giving them a harsh truth.
He's doing his job.
You guys are asking a question. I'm just giving you what I think that is coming from.
See, this is what they really wanted right here.
On a general sense is when black women are doing something, then there's always a backlash on whether they cannot do it. Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion. There's always a criticism that comes along with it.
It's coming from women.
Yeah,
it's coming from
some
women.
Of it is.
Most of it is coming from women.
I wouldn't say most.
I would, but I will stand on it. I will stand firm on that.
Bro, I'm in the industry, bro. I know it's coming from women.
It's coming from women.
Most of it.
Yes, it is.
No,
yes, bro.
Yes, it is. It's coming mostly from women.
You know what he does for a living? He does the same thing I do. He's in the industry.
Is the industry the general public?
Yes.
No.
Yes, it is.
General public is in the industry.
The general public is whoever's sitting at home, man, and it's whoever at home. But
they're the consumers.
The consumer, but
right. So that's not the general public.
Guess what? If they were being so humbled, they wouldn't have a platform to keep doing what they were doing, bro.
Right.
What does that got to do with the general public? I'm talking about what black men are saying to black women. You're talking about the industry. And you're talking about what you talk to people. That's not the general public, bro.
I need to.
Yeah, that's the first thing I said is that I need a little bit more context.
I need to know. I need to know what we're talking about with humbling. What do you mean?
Because I don't see it.
I can see how somebody can make an argument or a case about anything, but I don't like. What do you mean? Are we saying that Megan Thee Stallion needs to put more clothes on? Is that humbling? Is that what we're talking about? Or Cardi B needs to stop rapping about her?
There's always a double standard, and the double standard usually is coming from the men.
No, it's
That's not
not.
humble.
Okay, hold on. So how is
wait, you say what you gotta say, because obviously we don't. Obviously you got the answer.
well, because you're acting like you don't see it.
No,
So
but
when wet ass
I'm
pussy
not
came
acting
out,
like I don't
so
see
when
it. I
WAP,
just
so
want
when
you to
WAP,
say it.
so when WAP came out,
yeah,
that was what considered a women empowerment record, right?
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So a lot of the backlash
Came from
was-
women.
A lot of backlash I saw was coming from men.
of course that's what you saw.
I saw it coming from women. Every man that I saw on my timeline, even on my Facebook, so on my Twitter, everything.
Most women were like,
Women.
that's hers. Why are you guys concerned about what she's rapping about? Because you guys were talking about the yin yang, twin yangs. You got, and then they gave a
course.
whole list of a whole bunch of records
They
that
still
nobody
do.
said nothing about.
They
So that's
still
what I'm
do,
saying.
but I said I don't see the men. The men that I see, what I follow in social media, that's
Right.
why I love social media, because you get to pick what you see. So if you're seeing people over here being in women's business, maybe
What
you
a
need to
safe
be your
answer.
timeline.
Right.
What
But
a
that's
safe
but that's
answer.
your but
That's
that's
the
your
truth,
but
though.
that's your circle. We're
Yeah.
talking about general
In
public.
the general public, it's
And
still
what
women.
we have to do,
What
we
a
have to
safe
we do
answer.
podcasting.
It's
So
still
you have
women.
to gauge the general public.
3 people have said that it's women, and only one person said it's a man. So that's just-
Because obviously you guys have only seen what you guys have seen.
because or maybe the men that we associate with.
But that's
Aren't-
not the general public.
I don't
That's
know.
what
We
I
can't really
keep
give an
saying.
answer. So we can't really give an answer.
So then don't answer.
We can't give an answer.
Then don't answer.
You
answer.
answer it.
It's in the Reverb Nation. You guys are both in the same group that we see,
I
and the
really
majority
don't-
of the
I really don't
backlash.
be in there, bro.
Oh, come on,
I
man.
really don't be in there.
First you say I'm in there and I see what y'all talking about. Now we get to this and you say,
Yeah,
oh, I
but
don't
you
be
see
in
how
there.
much I comment barely ever. Once in a blue moon.
So then don't say you
I'm
see
in
what
there
they be saying.
24/7 because I'm working from home. But all I'm saying is, like, I see all that stuff.
Look,
I see
barely
all
in
that.
All right, we gonna ask this question for the Reverb Nation so y'all niggas can
And
see.
I need y'all to show me too in the Reverb Nation
Please,
too. When
for
y'all
real.
seeing like when y'all talking about men,
When we
humbling,
talk about
Hey,
humbling,
screenshots,
I
them
might
Where the
not-
screenshots.
receipts at?
I might not.
I know
see
y'all
it.
got 'em.
I have to click on the Reverb
if you're
Nation search button.
podcasting, you
to go
have
in
to
there.
see it. How can you comment on something that you can't see?
What do you mean?
What do you- what I mean.
Because you
How
want
can
to
you
convince
comment-
us. Because you want to convince us it's more men than women, and I don't.
No, I'm
believe
not.
it is.
I'm saying that's what I saw because that's what it is. Obviously, the question came from somewhere.
No,
Okay,
people ask
okay,
questions every day.
Okay,
B.
wait. So you saw somebody. You saw a black man humbling a black woman.
We're talking about specifically.
Maybe because we
we're talking
don't.
about-
I know,
Maybe
but
because we don't
have
go
you
out of our
seen-
way
Yes.
to do it.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. So I don't see it, but I need just give me receipts, man. Show me, just show me. That's
Bro,
all I wanna
y'all see it though, because y'all see niggas calling other niggas simps when they when they are on women's side. Nigga, it was going on in our damn group.
But we weren't.
Nigga, you was getting
we-
called a simp
but
yourself.
we weren't simping. We were saying what was
That's
real.
not my point. What I'm saying is, where did that come from though? Where was that criticism coming from?
from black men. Well, that doesn't mean they were trying to humble black women. That was just our opinion.
They were criticizing us for protecting them because they felt like they did not need to be protected. Right?
Is that humbling?
That's not
No.
humbling,
What I,
bro.
okay, I don't think you guys get my point.
Yeah, no, like you look behind the camera, I'm like, I'm confused.
Listen, if you are protecting a black woman and I call you a simp, why am I calling you a simp?
Because he feels like
Because
black
he's
men,
backing a black woman that he feels like that she does not deserve you protecting her.
I don't think that's the
But
case.
it
come
also
on.
could feel that.
but
Two things-
I'm
man,
not
first off,
gonna-
let's be clear.
I'm
Let's
not
be
going to
clear.
let you
Two
say
things-
that just because
two
somebody
things
calls
can't-
us a simp. What they're really saying is there are other issues outside of just the protection.
No, that's not why they calling you a simp, fam.
That is exactly
That's
why they're calling
not.
us simp.
But
That's
two
what I
things
got in my
can be-
inbox.
But two things can be right at the same time, though. You can feel that you are right. I'm doing what I'm supposed to protect black women,
Right.
and we could be like, yo, you ain't got to do that right now.
Nah, see that's trash. What the answer that's a trash guy who feels like that. But for me, the responses that I was getting was, yo, you guys are saying protect black women, but there's other issues that go on with that.
Bro, I can pull up the comments right now. That's not what they were saying.
Oh. I don't know how that has to do with humbling black women.
I still don't.
I feel like they're trash ass niggas for not protecting black women.
No, and I don't mean like that.
No,
mean
I know.
like,
I'm not calling you trash.
No,
I'm
no,
saying
no,
the
no,
nigga
no,
that's-
no. I mean,
yeah.
like, yeah, like you ain't got to do that, like, right in this moment, like, because he could not be humbling or attacking her.
I got what you're saying.
Yeah, but I would still need to see specific.
Yeah.
What we looking at so I can be able to really answer. This
I got what
question.
you're saying.
If
All
you're
I'm
saying
saying
that,
is
if you're
that
saying
there is
there's
a
a double
direct.
standard,
I'm
then
just saying
I
there's
can
a direct response to the feminist women empowerment movement. We talked about that last episode. We talked about that last time we talked. That there's always going to be a pendulum. That if it was one way where it was a quote unquote man's world, and then now that is more women empowerment, it's more feminist movement, it's more women that they can do equal things, whatever. There's always going to be backlash. There's backlash on both sides of it. Same way that in the early 90s when Tupac was putting that, I wonder why I call you bitch. There was backlash to that, and it was on the women's side. There's always a backlash to whatever it is that is going out right now. So because there is a women's empowerment movement, Me Too movement, all the other stuff, a lot of men, because they feel like they're no longer in control, or feel like they don't have a say so, then they are going to then criticize it. That's where a lot of that
humbling are different,
bro. But in the criticizing, you are humbling. You can criticize somebody to humble them.
But you can also criticize them without humbling.
I don't think that.
Right.
So I see criticism, but I don't see women. I don't see a bunch of people.
And that's what I see. And
I see criticism, but I'm not seeing niggas trying to humble people. I do see criticism,
but it's all perception.
As
a woman, you might feel differently because you're the woman.
No, you use that word because it's triggering, and
exactly,
it's
right.
You use triggering, and it's supposed because the criticism you don't like the criticism that you're getting, so you use triggering language.
How's it triggering language?
Because using the word humbled is trying to say that I'm trying to step on step.
But that might be their perception. Somebody might criticize your music, and you might feel like that it's an attacking thing.
I never do.
I didn't say you did. I said you might.
At that point, it's all about approach.
It's perspective.
And it's perception.
Well, so let's use. So I see criticism. If that's what we're talking about, I see criticism. I see criticism. And I also see double standards.
Yes.
But I also don't see. I don't know. I also don't see people trying to tear down the whole empire of women.
See, now you're taking it to the extreme.
Well,
Nobody
that's
said
humbling.
that.
When you're humbling somebody, you're knocking them down.
Yeah,
But you're saying tearing down the whole empire of women. Nobody said nobody.
Right, but that means bringing them back down. That's why we said it initially. We all said the same things. Like we would need more context because it doesn't. That's a very broad question, and criticism is one thing, but
facts. Because I feel like I could be criticized every day, and I could feel criticized every day, right? And then I could just be like, damn, they just didn't like it. Maybe I should change something. Right, I could take it that way, or I could be like, "Man, fuck you! I don't like your criticism."
Right, but I think a lot of the times when they're saying that it's humbling, it's because men are saying things that maybe they should not be saying, or they don't have room, or what they say, the audacity to say. The same way, like how we say, how we say that why do they get a say so in what a real man looks like or what men should be doing?
Okay,
and we
so
say,
give us an example, like example.
I already did. I gave you the WAP record. I gave you a whole bunch of other examples.
You said that. You said so.
Why was there criticism for that?
But I don't think that
coming from a woman.
But I don't think that.
But do it all the time, right?
I don't think when a woman says that you're not a. When a woman says when you're not a real man, what she's doing is she's criticizing the way that you do things,
or trying to humble you.
She's not humbling you. She's attacking you. There's a difference.
It could be in the same vein. He just said that two things could be true in the same thing, and you just agree.
It's attacking you. When a woman says that you're not a real man, what she's really saying is, don't call yourself a man because you're not a man.
That's humbling.
That's attack.
If you're on a plateau, she's bringing you down.
That's an attack.
It's both.
It's both.
No,
but back to
I
was just gonna just address that part you said where he's like, okay, well, look at what men do. We have to get out of that. Let's just let's address that. We gotta quit because I do something.
I'm not usually confused.
Like, I'm not right. It is, but we gotta stop that. We really have to get out of that because that it's basically like this whole do as I say, not as I do mentality. You know, we're not children, so just because you see men can do it, we should be able to do it too. Well, yeah, you can. Yes, you can. That is very much true. If you want to make a record like that, go and do whatever you want. However, you also have to be ready to deal with the backlash.
The backlash.
And one thing that men do that women do not do is men don't give a fuck what y'all got to say. And I'm just being honest. Men, y'all value the opinions of men too much.
Yeah, I think that case is different, though.
Yeah, but it's the same thing.
But it's the truth, though.
It's the truth. People value the opinions of other people entirely too much.
I think it's different, though. I think that point is different because you can't say, because along with the criticism was, why aren't other female artists putting out other kind of records?
Maybe they choose not to.
Maybe because we don't consume it.
Who doesn't consume it? Was the hype?
Or it's not put out. It's not put out. So we had that big conversation too.
I told you how the record
There's
label
no
works.
Rhapsodies. There's no Cirocs. There's no.
They don't get. I also told you that if the record labels and the people who had the budgets push that more than they push WAP, then the consumption of music would change.
Correct. And who's in charge? Who is the record
White
labels
Jewish
and the record
people,
execs?
White folks.
Right. And they're men. But who gave them that power? It wasn't black women.
Who gave who that power?
The white executives
themselves. They always had the power.
No, the rappers, nigga.
The rappers,
I get what you say.
which are who?
Black men, right.
Which are usually the gatekeepers. So you can't criticize them for the kind of records they're putting out when, nigga, you sold the culture.
I think that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
See, you just agreed. You just agreed. That's what it was.
Back to what she said.
Yeah.
We need more context on this humbling.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why don't you get your shit off? Because you sound like you got
I just
smoke
did.
for it.
I just did.
I don't want to.
Black men sold the culture, but then we criticize how black women show up in the culture when we sold it off to the white labels that are pushing that very image. You got to take accountability for that, bro.
It's more than what you're saying.
Okay, explain it to me.
If we consume different music, then the record labels will push different music. But because what we consume and what we like, the drama, the chaos, yes, NWA started that shit and it went crazy.
But then the landscape of music changed.
The landscape of music changed
because what was pushed.
No. It changed because of what we were consuming. If NWA never got popular like that and that shit never happened, we wouldn't be here. Let's be real. If gangster rap never got popular, then white people wouldn't sell gangster rap.
They sold. Okay, we gonna table this conversation because we had this conversation too, and we said there was a very reason for why they were pushing it.
I understand that, but that has nothing to do with the humbling of black women.
Right.
It does. It does. We were talking about the double standard, and we were talking about you criticizing something for something when you're the reason why it's happening.
But I don't think that it's black men trying to humble. I don't know.
I need more context to really answer.
We'll give. I think getting more context sounds like that.
Hey, how about whoever wrote the question write a better question?
I think the question was pretty clear.
Right. That with three geniuses.
No,
who
you
can't
just need
understand
context.
Three niggas who are very successful and doing well in life that we don't understand.
Right, but you say you see everything, so how do you not see that? It's fine. So we'll get just because the question was clear, you just need more context.
Are you getting upset about it?
So we just talked about black men being able to be. So see, and this is the other shit that we need to stop doing.
What?
So we just talked about hold on. No, because we're gonna talk about it. So we just talked about the young ladies that answered his question, and we're making fun of it, saying, "Oh, we're being condescending, blah blah blah." But then when I'm expressing myself, my thing you say is, "Oh, are you being emotional? Are you being upset?"
Because
no.
So what?
Because
your body language.
Hold on.
I'm a man, and I can ask you.
But I'm expressing myself.
Yeah, so I'm asking you if you're getting upset.
When a man expresses himself, why is that the first thing that you go to?
Because you look like you're getting upset. I wanted to ask you if you were getting upset.
But if a woman did it to you,
I was genuinely concerned if you were upset.
No, you weren't.
What?
He wasn't. You wasn't, bro.
I was. I said,
are
you getting upset?
You wouldn't be laughing.
It's funny because
it's funny. I'll laugh at it. It's funny. But what I'm saying is, I think that's something we need to talk about. Why do men do that?
Why do we do that?
Yeah.
Because we're men. Because we pick on each other all day, bro. We pick each other.
That's what we
do.
That's not picking.
But
though,
it is picking on you.
I mean, shit. That's what
you are my nigga in real life.
No,
I'm picking on you.
But what I'm saying,
right?
I get that.
Just talk about this.
She said all we do is talk shit. All Coach Dealer. That's what we do.
Right. That's different, bro.
No, I think it's the same
when
shit. The only reason, if you take it seriously, then it becomes serious.
Yeah,
bro, we were having a serious conversation.
Nah, bro, you're still my nigga.
I know you my nigga. That's fine. But what I'm saying is,
if he would have been like, man, if Huddle B would have been like, man, all right, whatever, then I would have been like, oh, nigga, you mad? I would have said the same shit.
No, what I'm saying is these conversations about Will Smith. We say, oh man, as soon as he shows some type of emotion that we call him whatever.
I'm not calling you soft.
No, I didn't say, bro. You're not even letting me finish what I'm saying. And we need to get to some of the rest of these questions.
Right.
What I'm saying, it was a question on why. I said, why do we do that to each other? That was a question.
I just told you because you're my nigga. And
I said, why do we men? General question. It was a question in the.
That's just how
I'm not saying you.
How we are, bro. That's how we interact.
I know.
That's how men are, bro.
What? But then we can't say that.
You can, but you have to
hold on.
Because we know.
Because we know. We're not in no real serious beef.
Right.
No, I know.
And
I was parlaying that into a bigger question.
And when men want to have a serious conversation,
they
preference it too.
We know.
Right.
We know when it's a serious.
Yeah, right. Topic may turn a little something serious. Tone changes, everything.
If one of y'all was steaming, I would never be like, you're emotional unless I wanted to fight.
Right.
So I think
I'm just saying that we have to normalize letting men being able to express themselves without calling them emotional. Because when you calling somebody emotional, what you're really saying is that you soft. Be honest with you.
It depends on.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
I wasn't calling
I'm
you
not
soft.
saying you.
Oh yeah, but you're right. In
I'm
general,
not saying you. I'm
Not
saying
100.
in general.
Okay, when it's serious, yeah, that's
100.
Yes, and when it's a serious situation. But when you're just like, man, whatever, I'm just like, oh man, don't get mad.
Right, you being
Right.
soft.
I didn't call him
It's
soft.
dismissive.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But that's what
it was. It was
It's
very
dismissive.
dismissive.
It's
Yes.
dismissive. Right. But I'm saying, but we just started the show. We just started the show by saying that was dismissive. We didn't like how they did it, but
Yeah,
they
but
do it to each other.
man,
I'm
to a
just-
man. We're men.
Right.
But we're not dismissing the question,
We're not
though.
dismissing the
We're
question.
not
I
dismissing
know.
the questions.
I was saying generally.
Okay.
I was
Right.
just
I was
I was
saying
dismissing you
generally.
being like fuck y'all because that's how you felt. That's what you said.
Well, nigga, then say fuck you. Don't say you being emotional.
The nigga said fuck
I
y'all.
would look as a man. I can receive fuck you, but don't say nigga you being emotional. Being emotional.
And I didn't put my hand on my hip,
Yes, you
nigga.
did. You being emotional.
You do that on occasion. It's like you do that shit. Nigga, don't play. But look, if you
Only
was to come
niggas
to-
who know me can say that shit.
Right, look, if you was to come to us, someone you got an issue, you got a problem with something you're going through some shit, we wouldn't say, "Oh, nigga, you soft." If we're
Never.
roasting you on some,
Hell
we
yeah.
kicking it, we roasting this shit. Do you kind of take that
You
shit
said
a
this
little
is
bit of a
barbershop
way?
talk, and you
Wow,
turned
you
this
gotta
into a
get
deep
these
conversation.
Barbershop talk.
Yeah.
Barbershop talk.
nuts.
If you called another nigga emotional barbershop nigga, he getting up out of his chair. Facts. Mid cut
He
too.
better get up out
It
of his chair.
depends on the conversation.
Right.
That's true.
If we all
'Cause if
roasting
we
each
joking,
other,
right? I'm definitely
Right.
telling a grown man, "Hey man, your nuts still there?
right?
You still there?
Facts.
That's different.
Right.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all didn't feel the fuck you energy from this nigga.
Nah, nigga, just say fuck you. nigga.
You did?
I
Just say
did.
fuck you.
Okay. This
Just
nigga
say
said
fuck
fuck y'all. He said, nigga, fuck y'all. Let's get to the
That wasn't the
That's
question,
what he
man. The
said.
question still back. That context of the
We
question.
need more contact.
We need
I
more
will
context.
I will call her right now, but we ain't gonna cut. Cause we got
shit.
we got
time
shit to
is
go. We ain't even got to the internet
Right.
again.
Damn, this is a good episode.
We over here talking more than Now so we said we're gonna do one more question. We ain't gonna do the one more question.
All right.
All right.
We'll save that for the IG live or for the Facebook live, whatever.
Let's just do a couple of the internet ones again.
Yeah. We ain't gonna be able to get to all of them. So
Yeah, we don't gotta worry about the Bill Gates shit.
we ain't gotta talk about that.
No one cares.
We can talk about that.
That nigga's
Although
happy.
it is
He's
funny
happy.
that Flavor Flav asked if she wanted to have a for the love of what's her name. He's trying to do a show with
for
her.
love of Melinda.
Melinda. Yeah, you saw that?
You know, I did,
Yeah,
but I
it's a real
understand what
thing.
it is.
It's a real thing.
I saw that.
But I know Bill is happy.
Why you keep saying that?
Bruh, if you had 150 billion, if you had 150 billion,
And he gave her 2.4 bill.
and you exactly he gave her $3 billion, and I get to be free, and I only gave you 3 of my 150.
That's
That's
easy.
a win.
That's easy.
That's
Now,
a win.
Divorce
dog.
is not a win.
Well,
I'm not saying the divorce is not a win. We don't know
Divorce
what
is not a
happened.
win.
We don't know
Well,
what
no,
happened.
well, outside of when it comes, if a divorce is divorce, right? That shit happens.
You know what money?
No.
Let me tell you this. It wasn't because of money.
What when it comes down to the money portion,
He won.
if you only got to give her $3 bill,
He
out
won.
of
You
what he
niggas
has,
sound sick. If
Bruh.
you only gave her $3 bill,
Bro,
she's
Jeff
fine.
Bezos gave his wife like 40, and he still got 200. You think he tripping because she left? He may be mad because his wife left. Like, damn, man, my she left. But he think he mad. There's people
This
out here who
nigga's
go
a
through divorce.
bachelor
There's a
for the
people
rest
that
of his
there's-
life.
there are people who mad when they go through divorce. They be like, I gotta pay this bitch half.
half.
I know for a fact when
shit,
when Lionel
240
Richie
half,
got divorced,
120
he had to pay
still?
his wife $300,000
well,
a
they
month.
smart. They
Well, and let's be honest, because I was reading up on that. They split up as soon as their youngest turned 18.
So they've been trying to split up for a minute.
I think they already had an agreement in.
Yeah,
in
they
hand.
did, for
I
sure.
think they said as soon as the kids are done, then we're gone. So we only know about the money that was transferred.
Yep.
We don't know about the rest of it stuff because it
Man.
could be the house is paid for. It could be a whole
It
bunch of
is.
other assets that she already has in her name.
She not taking 75.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is there may already be this
Assets,
has already been moved. This
Yeah.
could have been working on this for years.
Right.
So we only see the 3-point bill,
Right.
but it could be way more than that.
Yeah,
Could
but there
be.
are people who go to, but we know for
No,
a fact there are
they
people
could
who go to court
for half.
and they get 50.
But I think that would
she knows she's
include
good
that would
with the
include the
food.
alimony, the houses, splitting the
Thank you.
assets. I'm saying she may have the assets or the asset name. So we don't know.
sure. I mean, whatever. That's rich
Yeah.
people problems. Okay,
Yeah, right.
That's above
That's
our
why I
pay
said,
grade.
right, that's right. I ain't worried about that.
I don't have a B.
I don't have a B,
I don't either.
All right.
and I would be hurt just losing half of what I got now.
Believe
why I
me,
said-
nigga. When
that's why I said,
I
right,
lost what I lost, it hurt, nigga.
Right, we applying.
I was
normal
sleeping
nigga
on air
logic.
mattresses for 2 years after that,
Right.
nigga. Let's be real.
All right, So, and they're still working together, and they're keeping it cordial. So,
Right.
it's not like that they had an agreement.
They're still smashing it.
That's how you should do it. Keep it cordial. Whatever. So, all right. Internet wins again. So we're going to get into these topics. Everybody that has been listening, or if this is your first time listening, this is when we get into the topics that are the hottest topics on the internet. Yeah. And we're going to get into them from a man's perspective. So first, we're going to get into Kevin Samuels versus Dr. Umar Johnson. We ain't going to spend a lot of time on this one.
You got the clip?
I got the clips.
Yeah.
All right. So first, we're going to get into Kevin Samuels' clip. This was a while ago of him basically answering a woman that was upset because he did not talk to her like Dr. Umar Johnson talks to her.
All right. You mean Dr. Umar Johnson, the man who has 2 children by 2 different women that he never married? Dr. Umar Johnson, the guy that for the last 10 years has not built brick one of a school he's collected money from. Dr. Umar, hold on, ma'am. Dr. Umar Johnson, the man who calls you queen, mother, goddess, and all this other kind of stuff. And again, for those who are keeping score, this is another woman who comes on and says, talk to us more like Umar. The Prince of Pan-African and Big Papa's in the house. Run my donations. I mean, shout out to Umar. I got no problem with the dude, but I think it's funny y'all keep coming over here asking everybody to talk like Umar. Queen Mother Garland, Cocoa Butter and Sea Moss Gold and shit. You mean Dr. Umar Johnson, the man?
That was hella condescending. Oh, that was hella funny. He's hella condescending.
They didn't put the ether behind that.
Dog. Men gotta stop doing that shit too. So I ain't trying to disrespect them, but then nigga, you going to disrespect them.
But that's what he sounds like. But
no,
that's emulation. That's exactly what he sounds like.
But nigga, you disrespecting the man, dog.
But is that not what he sounds
like?
I
know, but still, but you can't say I ain't gonna disrespect them. Then nigga disrespect. All right, so then Umar had this to say.
Black women, about a dozen. I'm gonna call them the dirty dozen of division. The triple D, the dirty dozen of division. There's about 12 members of the dirty dozen of division, 12 beta males, YouTube life coaches, who are trying to build a platform by making black women feel bad. I don't like it. I can't appreciate black men trying to make a dollar off of making black women feel bad. And unfortunately, our black women, some of them are so thirsty for validation that they're participating. They're participating in the attacks and slander against the black female community, and that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. No black woman should ever subject herself, even for amusement. Even for amusement. Even for amusement, the black.
I hate when he repeats himself like 3 times like that.
All right, and then what did he have to say?
Was there a rebuttal? I only heard those 2 pieces.
Yeah, there was a couple. Then Dr. Umar Johnson, he posted on his Twitter. He said there is a growing beta male utopian, whatever it is. YouTube people on YouTube. Utopian community that is creating
people on YouTube.
Sector, people on YouTube that is creating a sector dedicated to slandering and criticizing black women who don't emulate Eurocentric standards of beauty and success. Unfortunately, many sisters have become prey for these coons due to an unconscious need for male validation. Black women, you don't need a man to validate your worth. All right, so that's where we're at. I'm looking forward to the verses. I'm hoping that they do some type of verse or debate. It may not happen, whatever.
It's not gonna happen.
So whose side are we on? Who do we agree with?
I agree with Umar's last part, where women do not need a man's validation for their self-worth. Like, that comes directly from the woman in the mirror.
Correct.
Now, looking at this from like the totality of both of them, first off, man,
2 soft niggas fighting.
they gotta chill out, man.
Neither one of these niggas can fight, for sure. Neither one of these niggas can fight. This has got to be the most boring beef I've ever seen.
Like, cut the shit. cut it out, man. I mean, they're I don't think they're pandering to their audience. I don't want to say that, but at the same time, like these women, you have to understand. You have to understand what you're getting. If you go. We talked about this off air. When you go to a job interview, you're not going to go to a job interview in some cargo shorts and some flip flops. So when you go to Kevin Samuel's show, you have to understand what you may or may not get from him. So if you understand what he is about, then if you go in there and you go in there with the right mindset, like, okay, this is he may spaz, he may not, then you'll be all right. Now, on Umar's part, same thing. Like, if you go on his, you know what he's going to be about. He's not going to badmouth you unless you talk about him. He's going to talk about, beta males. There's a snow bunny crisis.
Facts.
And there's a bunch of stuff, just making sure he's uplifting black, blue, black, brown, black women, which is perfect.
Right.
So I think it just depends on who you are and who you venture to.
Right.
So I really don't care. That's my basis.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Exactly what you said, and you guys don't need validation from us. You guys are just fine until you try to marry one of us, and then you need to figure out how to make a marriage or a relationship work with us. Then it matters. But outside of that, if you don't give a fuck about, you should care about yourself and be the best version of yourself, as long as it works for you. And then no one cares about this beef.
No. I honestly don't think that Umar actually done his research on
he
Kevin.
hasn't at all,
because there are a lot of women who agree with Kevin,
and
that's why a lot of people actually paid to listen to what he's saying. Anybody who has talked to Kevin paid him to do so.
That's facts.
So it's not like he's just going out and saying things that is unnecessary. He's telling them he is a image consultant, so he's going to tell them how to do what they need to do for what they and you got to make it make sense.
You have to understand why you're going to Kevin Samuels.
Exactly.
You're not going to Kevin Samuels so he can tell you all the things you're doing right, because obviously you feel like it's not working.
Right. It's
so
not for validation.
If a man if he's telling you for his job experience and 20 years of experience of doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? And let's just keep it a whole ass buck. Didn't nobody check Kevin Samuels when he was dogging men and telling us we were too fat and that we weren't no good for making $400 a month?
But it never went out like that. Yeah. Everybody's been talking about that first video.
Because they're going to say we should have did that, because what they're going to say is that, with the people hear this, what they're going to say is that men should have checked him when he came foul at the man.
Nah, that's just how we talk.
That's how we talk.
Yeah, but that is true, because we'll come at a man like super hard and be like, yo, you need to get your shit together.
That's facts. Because we've had blow ups. Me, you, Rob, me, you, Focus, Steph.net. We've had those video chats where you could see how mad everybody is, right?
Right.
But we're direct.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when he was talking to men, nobody said nothing. And when all these men were getting wives and stepping up their game and changing, nobody celebrated that shit. And so
because you're not supposed to reward fish for swimming.
Right. So now when women are coming on and they're getting their lives changed and they're getting married and in their groups, and it just is what it is, bro. Kevin Samuels is not a marriage or relationship therapist. Okay, he's not. He's an image consultant.
What you look
he
like.
is going to tell you what you look like and what you qualify for based on one thing: appearance,
based off his standards.
Right.
Don't say Eurocentric, because a lot of us
don't
ain't been to Europe.
put me in Euro nothing.
Right. A lot of you ain't been to Europe.
Well, I agree. I think they both have valid points. I do agree with JR what he was saying, as far as obviously black women do not need our validation. But I think where the Eurocentric statement comes from is Kevin Samuels in the past has said that black women's faces are not attractive, that scientifically that they're not attractive, and blah, 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 blah. So that does come from a Eurocentric viewpoint of what is attractive and what's not.
I'll give you that.
Yeah,
that's what I agree with. But I also do agree that you have to take what people are selling. So if Kevin Samuels is obviously giving advice to women who are seeking high value men, so there's specific advice that you are doing. He obviously image consults with high value men, so he has a general idea of what they want. So he's giving the women that want those kind of men what they want. So
that's his job. That's what he's doing.
There's two sides to it.
That's what I said. That's what we said the other week after, right? We had the conversation, and this is what it is. You're not gonna go to Ross for tires.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go to a Pep Boys, or you're gonna go to a Michelin, or you're gonna go to a Firestone, right? You're gonna go to a place where they sell tires, right? And you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna go. You need to know what you're shopping for.
I think what they have issues with is obviously he has a scale,
certain delivery.
He has a scale of from 1 to 10, or whether you are 10 or whatever. So with that statement, what they're thinking is that the context under it is that obviously black women are going to be lower on that scale based on what his view of attractiveness is.
Guess who's shopping at that store? Black women.
Because I ain't seen nobody on there.
He's had white, Middle Eastern, and Asians, but the people who are shopping at that store, they know what they're going to go buy.
Yeah. Well, and I think you have to again. We are not fans of anything that's anti-black. Period.
No, for sure.
On this platform, and I want to make that clear. But we also have to
be truthful.
Well, and there's principles or things. If that's the kind of man that you're looking for, just like we said, I'm not sure we said it on air, off the air. Don't ask somebody that has nothing or no knowledge of what you're looking for to get advice on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a high value man, then you need to ask high value men.
I got pushback for
what they want. But again, Umar has points, so they both have points.
He still didn't build the school yet, but
no. But if you listen to his interviews about that, we'll talk about that. All right. I'm glad you mentioned that. But he has said the school is already built. They just need to do a little bit.
He said that he needs people to donate free time, black electricians, black plumbers, black this, black that, black this, and he said people don't have time to donate time because everybody's behind in the pandemic. Right, so
because he just spoke about it on the Breakfast Club last week
with all the donations and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Who knows?
Well, but I think that's where we were talking about earlier, that a man has to have a vision and he has to have evidence. And there was all that drama with him not actually being a real doctor.
Yep.
And to me, that could have been easily cleared up. Just show your doctorate.
Yeah.
And if
show your tax return.
if people are donating to a school, we want to see progress on the school.
The reason why you're not getting donations now is because of lack of progress on the school
and lack of evidence.
Show your receipts, Dr. Umar.
You have to
show your receipts.
No, really. I mean, that's what it.
I mean, it just is what it is. You have to know. Like I said, these dudes are fighting against each other, and they shouldn't even be talking to each other. I mean, to be honest, like what they're both selling is so vastly different from one another. But I do think Kevin Samuels can do quite well without mentioning Umar.
Correct.
I thought it was funny.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. He wasn't wrong. He said everything that Umar says. He wasn't wrong.
We all joke about Umar. We all got the memes with the Hotep hat on.
Umar is getting canceled every time he says something, bro. Let's just keep it a buck. And he, for some reason, keeps making it to the Breakfast Club.
Because he has a lot to say. I mean, and I didn't like when he talked about the first 100 days of the presidency with Joe Biden. I agree with him. When he was like, he hasn't done anything for black people yet.
He's not.
He hasn't.
And he's not
he
going
lied
to
us.
Which we already knew that.
Of course.
Most black people wanted to stay.
Hey, you got to pick the lesser of two evils. Do you want a nigga who's encouraging white people to kill you, or a nigga who acts like white people don't kill you?
My barber said I want all overt racism. He said, I was like, bruh, what? I said, nah, dog, I'm through with that. That's the South, and we live in California.
Right.
I do not want overt racism. No.
They got open carry state laws popping up.
No, we don't want racism, period, but
well, obviously, I'm gonna take my
racism. We're more comfortable with
covert.
Yes.
No heartbeat.
Covert doesn't hurt as much.
Yeah, until you
5 years down the line.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's 2 million African American men locked up in prison.
Covert is fun. Nigga, that's special ops. Covert. Shit,
all right, we're gonna get on to.
We can turn a joke into anything into a joke. Yeah. That's fucked up.
Speaking of the pandemic, we're gonna talk about Will Smith and his dad bod. I'm gonna say this before we get into the topic. The Smiths are probably the best at turning their pain into damn content and making money off of it.
Come on,
best.
That's what it's about.
The best. I think they're like embracing that whole Red Table Talk shit and then turning that into. Turned it into the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Union. Now turning it into a YouTube series. So basically, Will Smith gained some weight. Mm-hmm. He took some pictures showing off his dad bod, and he will be having a special YouTube series that will be documenting his weight. And he's empowered all dad bods across the world to do the same thing.
For the record, like my brothers tell me, I got a dad bod and I ain't a dad.
Me too. I don't have a dad bod and I have twins.
During the pandemic, I did gain some weight.
I gained hella weight.
I
you went on a diet.
I gained hella weight.
Well, but I lost it.
Yeah.
Because I did what I needed to do.
You do look smaller, a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID, I was 200 even.
What you weigh right now?
I had ballooned up to 225.
How much you weigh?
230.
You weigh how tall are you?
I'm 5'9", but I'm down to 210 now.
How tall are you?
6.
I'm 6'4". I'm 225.
Yeah, I need to get down to at least like 2.
You weigh down to 195.
Yeah, way more than you.
Jeez.
Hey.
So let's talk
Porker.
about this. Here we go. Just don't call him emotional. Hey, look, he was emotional eating.
You hear what he said? That's not what's important. Pulling
right now it is.
Pulling women is not important.
I'm sorry. Yes, women.
So let's talk about this because I think as men we don't talk about our self-confidence enough. We're not. I think we're prideful and we don't.
Yeah, I'm not going outside with a dad bod. I'm not.
So let's talk about this. Is this something that we deal with? I can tell you just from a personal standpoint that stress and when you're depressed, the whole pandemic, that you do usually tend to eat a little bit better. You know what I mean?
Feel good.
Or you gain some weight or whatever. So, I heard the women talking about sex last two weeks ago, and they were talking about how they're unsatisfied and all these other things, and they're talking about how their emotions are tied to their sexual performance. I think we got to realize as men that our mental state and our shape of our body that does tie into how we interact in our relationships, our moods, with things like that. So did we during the pandemic? Did we feel? I know we said we gained weight, but how do we deal with it? And what was the causes of it? I could say that for me, it was just I was in the house. It was a bleak. Couldn't go outside. Couldn't hang out. Couldn't do. Couldn't talk to your boy. Couldn't hang out. So I was a little depressed. So I ate a little bit more. I gained 20 pounds, 15, 20 pounds.
The average person gained 50 pounds during the pandemic.
Yeah, I gained 15 to 20. I'm a little bit smaller than everybody. But 15 to 20 for me was a lot because I went from 165 to 180. So and I felt it, and it does affect your mood.
And shit?
Yeah,
it does, bro. When you get that weight on,
it affects your mood. It my energy level was down.
Affects your libido.
All that.
Because then you're looking at a fat nigga, you're like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
So I commend Will Smith. So did we have any similar issues during the pandemic? Did we go through a little weight gain and?
No. You see this?
Yes.
You see the gun show?
Yeah. Yes. Now.
You see that? I didn't gain weight.
I gained weight. Like I said, I was down to 200 pre-COVID. But I was also working out a lot because we were supposed to go on a cruise. COVID hit Friday, March 13th, and I was going to, and the cruise was supposed to be April 20 something, and that shit was canceled.
You're not ready for a cruise.
Man, I'm still going to Hawaii, and I don't care.
This ocean will get whatever body I give it.
And that's really how it is, man. And this goes back to me having my ego and who I am as a person, man. I've always typically had a gut, So and ultimately, it has never stopped anybody from. I like to
Kevin
say
Samuel says the value of beautiful women is going to be lesser because you have a gut.
Let me keep it a beam. That's my camera right there.
Yep, that's your camera. Look at it. He's looking dead at the camera.
My gut ain't stopped. Not a nair 10 from
because he said he's smashing everybody.
No, I'm just being honest. No, that's just that aspect. That's not gonna stop. What is it affected me more so is sometimes I do look at my clothes a little bit. My jeans were a little tighter. And I was like, I don't like this, And then obviously it's a lot more than that. I will say this though, even though I am a little bit heavier, I am my healthiest because pre-COVID I was cooking. I wasn't cooking. I was always eating out. I was always on the go, 24/7. COVID hit. I stayed home. I was able to eat 3 square meals a day, like healthy meals, and now, even now, so I started doing intermittent fasting. And a lot of my meals are organic foods. So even though I'm not at my lower weight, I'm probably actually healthier though.
Got it.
On the inside, probably blood levels are better, cholesterol's probably down, heart rate's better.
You feel that shit.
Yeah, you feel it. You feel it. You obviously see it on the grocery bill because you're buying a bunch of more organic food and you're eating more at home. But
that's what a wife.
But I'm a lot
that's
more
what
healthy.
That's what she was arguing about.
She was like, "Can you just eat regular cabbage?"
Nah, that's why I go to Costco, man. Costco get all my money.
That's facts.
Well,
that's why you spending that much.
It's an investment in yourself.
It is,
but it's worth it though.
And we do invest in everything but self.
Yes,
for sure.
Yep. And black men got
so
to
I'm looking
definitely
forward
take care
to my
of
next.
health.
So before I let y'all go, I'm looking forward to my next physical. It's not for another 4 months because I want to see what those levels look like. You know, cholesterol and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, shout out to black men going to the doctor. Hold on, let me get the air horns here.
Yeah, I was like 214 for pandemic hit.
Now you're 230. Oh, you only put on 16. That's not bad.
Yeah, I was almost there.
You were in shape. We was hooping.
Man, I was almost there.
You was shooting threes and dunking.
Who?
You.
Oh, dunking?
You.
What hoop?
At Cal Fit, like this.
Oh, when it was lower?
You were out there though.
I was out there. I was getting better.
Man.
You feel me?
You gotta drop the weight before the song drop, man.
Man,
Yeah,
I gotta record the song.
No. You can Sada baby your way through this.
Nah, don't do that. Nah, don't do that.
What?
Don't do that.
Bouncy?
Nah, don't. Don't
I
Sada baby.
I thought put some tattoos on your belly. You'll be all right.
Nah, man.
I
Sada baby.
gotta fix the chest.
You don't like titties?
I don't like my titties.
You'll be all right.
Sada baby
It's
look
just
nuts out
moves,
here.
bro.
All right, man.
I know, but I don't like them.
Girls like a big nigga.
They do, but
They do.
I want my chest to be right.
All right.
Yeah, right. I am
Well,
more
we
so.
do it for ourselves, right? All right. We're gonna go ahead and transition into what Lil Boosie had to say about plastic surgery. So I'm gonna go ahead and read his tweet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That guy.
He's tripping. Yet again.
So I'm gonna read it.
Oh.
He says, "I'm tired of." What happened?
No, I'm just.
You good?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He scared me too.
Yeah, I'm like,
no. I was just
All right.
thinking.
All right.
The
All right, so-
infliction of it.
Lil Boosie badass. I'm tired of seeing this surgery. Shaking my head. Everybody body parts look the same. Titties, ass, hips, etc. #these. Try not to change.
The hashtag of the ladies, bro.
Try
That's
not
how
to
you know
change
nigga
your
old.
faces.
You got the hashtags on the wrong. What's that pound sign right there? Let him finish.
Try not to change your faces so much, and men motivate your bitches or motivate your bitch so she ain't feeling she missing anything. #I said it.
Hey, when is it too old to stop calling women bitches?
Never.
Look at fucking face.
Never.
Look at fucking face.
Because they you see some OGs.
Bro, in the South, that's a term of endearment, bro. That's my bitch.
What about you?
What do you mean? What about me?
You use the word bitch?
I don't.
I don't refer to my women like that unless
But
it's
everybody
like.
else is a bitch.
Oh, I definitely call like
You
last
know,
night,
like your girl will call every other girl a bitch.
bruh,
Straight up.
like bitch.
Straight up. She'd be like, "Why you talking to these bitches?"
We're not going down this road. We're not going down this road. Happy Mother's Day.
If you know better, you do better.
He uses the word bitch all the time. That's a nigga who say bitch after every.
Oh my God.
Oh fuck.
Like anytime I'm irritated, I'd be like, this bitch.
Nah, bro, I don't do that shit.
Sorry.
All right, Boosie badass. So he's not very fond of the plastic surgery, and he says we should motivate our bitch so she ain't feeling she missing anything. #I said it. How do we feel about his statement?
Hey,
That's not our job.
Don't he be using the same chicks in his videos?
Hold on, man. Let's
I think that's different.
First, let's get to the first part of it. So plastic surgery.
How you feel?
How do
about
we
it?
feel about plastic surgery?
I don't need it.
I don't mind it.
It's nice to look at.
Definitely nice to look at. It
When
looks
done
nice.
right.
So what?
When done right.
When done right.
Well, when done right, because I've seen good and I've seen bad.
How in the feel? How do you like the feel of it?
So
Everybody's messed with somebody that's had plastic surgery before.
I have.
I have not.
I have.
I know you have.
I have.
Wow.
I have.
Ho.
It's not like
Wow.
I mean, I'm not saying it's the feel of it like
It
it's
don't
not,
feel the same.
It does and it doesn't. It
Titties
depends.
definitely don't.
It
Their
does.
boobs at all. They don't.
No.
Yeah, but it depends on what you actually looking for. Me personally, I like it because of the simple fact, like, if that's gonna build your confidence, I'm all for. I'm all for whatever's going to empower you to make you feel like whatever you need to do better.
So you're saying that plastic surgery is for people with low self-esteem?
Here you go. He about to walk me into the fire. fire.
You walked right into that one, buddy.
He about to walk me into the fire.
That's what he said, right?
I'm for whatever. I'm whatever you want. If you want to do it, cool. If you don't. Whatever you want. And I ain't tripping.
Okay.
Not wrong.
I'm not tripping.
Not wrong. Really not wrong.
So you saying that it's from low self-esteem?
It's yes.
Explain yourself.
Yes. I mean, if you
Expound.
if you are confident in yourself and who you are and how you look, why are you gonna change it? Why are you gonna go that extreme to
even the
exchange
playing
it?
field, right?
No. Why would you care about even playing field if you're comfortable with who you are and how you look?
What
They
if,
want to look a certain way.
what if a woman
look
says? What if a woman says she wants to mirror how she looks on the outside and how she feels on the inside?
That too.
Or
because
after
What a weak ass bar.
I've heard that before, though.
weak ass bar.
I've heard that.
How can you
That's trash.
how can you define who you are on the inside? How does that
If you
match?
feel confident, but your body
Listen,
doesn't
no,
match it.
nigga, that's an oxymoron. I'm so confident that I'm gonna get these titties because I'm gonna make my outside look like my inside. That's not confidence.
Are you questioning that
I am.
in this world, in today's world,
I just said
where we had a white woman tell us that she was a black woman on the inside?
we let her live too.
we didn't let her do shit.
Yeah,
What
we
did.
No. They let that lady run the NAACP, the most sacred of black states.
Okay, so you say you have no issue with it, right? Or who just said that?
I said that.
JR
I don't have
said
issue
He
with
has
that.
no issue with
For
it.
Photo B, obviously has no issue with it.
Well, okay. So when it comes to the industry, it is what it is.
No, we talking about normal women. We ain't
Normal
talking about that
women?
you get paid for it. We talking about the normal women like the mom that stay down the street.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, I'm not going for that.
Facts.
9 times out of 10, I'm not. A lot of people even think that's what I want.
You're not going for the women that are enhanced. Is that what you're saying?
Most likely not.
But when you say enhanced, what do you mean by enhanced?
Yeah.
Like expand, like when you say enhanced, do you mean like a bigger titty, bigger ass, or you talking about somebody who had babies and then like boom or tightened up some shit? Because black surgery is you surgery.
Well, I think
Right.
those
If-
are different. I think we do need. I think there's
or
different.
it's just anything. Because when I think of enhanced, I think.
Well,
of, like,
I think that
something
is
bigger.
enhancing, though, isn't it?
Okay, to
It is.
anything.
Okay,
Okay,
it is.
okay. Enhanced means in this case anything. then,
Yeah.
for
Look,
any
if
reason.
if their body changed and they tried to work on actually changing it in a real natural way, and there's certain things that just didn't happen, and you really upset about it, by all means, do those things. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some things that you just can't get to,
Like what?
the little fupa.
Okay, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they can't get rid of the fupa. It's really supposed to stay there.
Nah, it is supposed to stay there.
It's supposed to
But
stay there.
again, we're talking about being competitive in the market, right? And making yourself feel comfortable or confident.
Man,
So you're saying there's certain things that you are okay with, but certain things that you're not.
there's certain things I understand and certain things I don't.
That's the better way to say it. There's
That's what I'm asking. Is there a
certain
limit?
things he
Is there a
understands.
boundary with the women that if they did get enhancement? So like I say, if
Make
they
it make sense.
if they got rid of some of the fat, so like if they did like a what's it
fupa's
called, like a
just skin,
liposuction.
Isn't fupa just skin?
I don't
It
know.
depends.
I don't.
You talking about like
Skin,
after
fat,
they had baby?
So-
little
so-
Skin,
loose
fat,
skin?
yeah, loose
Yeah.
skin,
So-
fat.
We sound stupid trying
If
to
they
figure
got
out
it-
what a fupa is.
If they got a
Liposuction
liposuction,
area.
so you're okay with liposuction?
Like if they worked so hard and it just doesn't go, then by all like, do your thing, right? But still make it make sense.
Okay, so what does that mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say, at what point does it not make sense?
We don't have your ass looking like this.
Not the
With your
table.
legs right here.
Looking like a letter P?
Looking like the mic.
Looking like an ant.
Something that's not proportioned to your body.
Exactly.
They
Make
do
it
do-
make
there are a
sense.
lot of bowling balls on sticks out here.
There is. There is. Make it make sense.
there's
Don't
a
be
lot
too
of-
excessive.
But you know what's crazy? That we all look at it and then people still like it. Like we all know that your body is absolutely a surgery project.
But
and-
people
and
they
still
own
like
it. They still own it. Now the question becomes this.
I'm
though.
okay with it.
I don't
I
want
like
it. I don't.
If you like it, I love it. And I mean that.
You just smash everything.
No, I don't.
Most people who say that don't actually mean it. I say it and I don't mean it.
What? That if you
When I
like
say
it,
if you like it, I love it.
No, I'm dead serious. And I'm
No,
dead
I know
serious
you
because-
are.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
saying
dead
most
serious. If you
people.
like it, I love
Meaning,
it. Cool.
if you cool with it, I don't care. But you do your thing. It ain't about me.
Yeah, if they want to get it, like I'm like, hey, go ahead. Like, hey, if you ready, it's a really good investment. This is supposed to be, you didn't had your kids, You get a reset on life. Hey, perfect. You know, do whatever you want to do.
Life, you have kids.
I be trying to.
You don't get a reset on life. You have kids.
Body. Not your life. Body.
Yada.
That's fine with me. If you don't want to, then that's fine too. You know, whatever gonna make you happy. You know, if you want to thug it out in the gym and try to get it right, and you know, hey,
I prefer natural bodies.
Same
for sure.
Majority
100%. I'm not gonna say because I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I prefer natural bodies. Because of the feel, the way that you touch it, the way that it moves, the way that it reacts, the whole shit. It's just a more pleasurable experience during sex, and you know the whole night. It's aesthetically pleasing for plastic surgery, but the feel and the touch of a natural body is way better.
Of course,
it's way better. And I hate when these chickens get hella surgery and then they go work out for 3 days and post a workout.
You said you hate when who?
These chickens.
Chickens.
Chicks.
Okay. Yeah. Chicks.
Chickens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what a chick is.
Look. Back in the day,
he said, "Buck."
Back in the day, I had a lot of girls who kept telling me like, "Oh, I'm gonna get my body done. I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna get that done." And I used to be like, "Why? You don't need it. You don't need it." Now I'm at this point. I'm just like, "All right, do your thing." Yeah. I don't like at this point. Like you guys gonna be doing what the hell y'all want to do
anyway,
for whatever reason.
And
y'all know how much it costs. Y'all already been talking to each other about what does what.
Your friend already got it.
Right, y'all gonna do.
You can't talk them off the ledge, bro. Once they decide they're going, there's nothing.
You can't. They couple spa days now. Dr. Miami days. Let's both go.
Yeah.
Let's both go get some work done.
I'm not with the plastic.
Them and they friends.
You don't like it?
I'm not with it.
I don't like it either. Is it because, like he said, they have low self-esteem?
I didn't say that.
I don't think it's low self-esteem. I just think. I just
all
think
right,
for
Shaggy,
me,
it wasn't me.
I'm just more of a proponent of you being comfortable in your own skin.
But what makes you believe that they're not comfortable in their skin?
They got plastic surgery.
Because they're changing their skin.
You change yourself too. Like you wait.
Well, hold on. How do I? Okay, yeah, I want to hear this.
So you wouldn't change? You wouldn't change yourself? That don't mean you're not comfortable. That mean with hands, like you said. That don't mean you're not comfortable.
But so when you say changing me, so what am I changing? Like, am I working out?
Working out, whatever. So if you're bald. Look, you know that's obvious. You're bald.
Obvious.
Yeah. So
what's wrong with you?
So what if you got
we all know this. This has been a topic on the show. Go ahead.
If you got the tat joint,
little hair
the
thing.
tat, yeah, the
See,
tat. No. There's nothing wrong with being bald. There's nothing wrong.
Y'all embrace. See this thing though. This thing. Y'all embraced it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Y'all not gonna hold on to it.
What you talking about? What is this nigga talking about right now, bro? Why would I change the baldy?
So if you wouldn't get the
why
tat
is it looking
joints?
hella weird on you now?
What?
Like I don't know.
The headphones look hella big
The
now.
headphones look hella. They do. Like there's hella space.
So to answer your question. I'm probably the wrong person to ask. Because as soon as I started thinning up on top, I said I'm just going bald.
I feel it. I feel it. But if you could prevent it from happening though.
If I could have prevented it from happening with like getting like a surgery or like something plastic or something.
Like surgery,
like the whole Tory Lanez thing or the
LeBron done it already. If he wanted to do that,
that's more, but it's more so new. But I don't know how long you've been bald, so that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I could have gotten a little.
I could have gotten a little man weave, bro. I'm telling you right now.
I could have gotten the man weave. You know what? I'm just one of those people that I just embrace what you got.
I feel it.
So that's just me personally. And again, I'm not knocking anybody else that got plastic surgery. It's just what I've seen is usually it'll start with one thing. And then it leads off into a second thing, a third thing, a fourth, and it's like,
get the whole thing done. Get the whole torso done, baby.
You know what? I just thought about that. That feels like that comes down from conditioning too, because women have been being conditioned that their natural look is not good.
By who?
Entertainment, everything.
Oh,
TV,
okay, outside.
Everything that they see.
That's true.
Right.
All right.
They've been getting makeup since they've been doing makeup since
middle
elementary school.
Things, right,
and they've been getting wigs, weaves. All this before because they want their hair long, they want a different texture and all that. Mm-hmm. So women are used to altering themselves. Okay. So now that is more, and those were already acceptable. Now that plastic surgery is seen to be, now it seems that it's a little more acceptable that people aren't really dogging that many people, that it's more accessible to do so. That I can go to this person. It's not as bad
until their ass drops.
There's going to be more push towards them doing that.
I think it's all right. I don't care. If that makes you happy,
yeah, I'd never stop nobody from doing it. As far as what I personally prefer,
but he said his preference is mine too.
I just know.
I prefer natural bodies as well. I prefer.
I'll have fun.
I'm like like I said earlier,
ain't longevity.
Test drive.
Well, and then I think
So y'all mean to tell me? Wait a minute. Let's unpack this a little bit more. So y'all mean to tell me y'all what y'all prefer? Y'all serious would get a woman? Y'all married? Whatever. She has a kid. Whatever. Boom. She wake up one morning and say, you know what? I'm about to go get my body done. I got the money. We got the money stashed. Ends is meeting like hell. What you prefer? And she says, this is what I want. What y'all gonna do?
Ask you why.
What'd you say?
Ask why.
Because I want to.
I'm gonna let her do it. Because it's gonna make her happy. I feel like if you have children for me and you want to get your body done, I would let you do that. I would help you.
That's a real conversation to have, though.
Yeah, that's really what happens.
Why do you feel like you?
No. That's not really what happens all the time. Half these people are like 23 years old.
No. That's why I said, but we're not. Photo Bill, how old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay, so all of us are over the age of 25.
Right.
But so in a real conversation, that's how it is. It's like, yo, so she may come to you, you may go to her, but it's like, okay, based off what y'all said, okay, this is what I prefer. And your woman comes to you and says, hey, had the kids, it's not, this is what I want to do.
Right.
But you said this is what you prefer.
Right.
Then what?
Yeah, I'm okay with her. I mean, at that point, that's part of being married, bro. I'm not so selfish that I'm like, I prefer you to be natural, so she's unhappy with herself. I'm okay with that. Go, you gotta do what you got. If it's gonna make you happy after we're married and you have kids, I'm not gonna stop her from doing that.
I wouldn't be okay with it.
You wouldn't?
No.
That's gonna cause an argument?
The question
it
becomes,
wouldn't cause an argument. I just wouldn't be okay with it.
The question becomes,
why not? Why not?
Hold on, let me go ahead. Photo B.
I have a few questions of why do you want to do this? One, it's an investment. You are spending
20 grand. 20 grand.
You spend 20 grand to get your body done. Right.
Not only that, $1,000 for the lipo.
Not only that, you also
you also go through like
time.
low 5, recovery room, BBL.
So I can understand. So when it comes to like after like having a kid and everything like that, you want to tighten things up. Maybe if you want to enhance shit that has nothing to do with that, then we can have a conversation because you want to put $20,000 into your body when we could be doing something else. For one, for two, why do you feel like you need to? And are you comparing yourself to somebody else?
I'm not upset with the mommy makeover, with the restructuring.
Yeah, it's the mommy makeover, right? And that's really what it's called. That's what it's called.
I'm not upset with that. I'm okay with you cutting off the excess skin of your stomach. I'm okay with you if you want to get your boobs
right after that baby fixed, right then demolish your titties.
I'm fine with that because I want her to be confident with herself.
Okay, so now the question also comes into. And I say the question, but it also brings in the last statement that Boosie had. Motivate your bitch to make her feel. What did he say,
bro? How many times have we had conversations about you can't get somebody out of a depression sometimes?
Right, you can't.
If she decides that she doesn't feel great, right? If she decides that she doesn't feel great, see, you can motivate her, but you're also a man, and she also knows you're gonna look at other women, so you can motivate her so much. But the reality is that we're always looking. You know what I'm saying? They know that. So if that's what she wants to do, especially if you have a child for me, you know what I'm saying? If you have my child and that's what you want to do, I'm game. I don't need all the enhancements. I'm not paying for you to get a BBL or for you to get your lips fixed and none of that stuff.
Not the face.
Mommy makeover, yeah.
Mommy makeover,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Mommy makeover, yeah. The other shit.
If she wants that Stella get her groove back, let me help you out, little baby.
Oh, she got to buy hitting the gym and her diet.
If that is what if that can work, if that works, that works.
Yeah.
If she's going to the gym, she's eating right, she's doing everything that she needs to do right, but she's still not getting those results that she wants. Because of certain,
the fupa, bro, like it's just skin. Like if it's a lot, if you're down to
not just skin. Skin, fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all kind of things. The muscles are torn. The abs don't go back the right way. Right. You got. There's a lot of things that go into that, and if and I would also like for me, like I like fit people, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna want her body back.
It all boils down to everybody's preference. For me, I totally get it that if that boosts your confidence, just like what you guys were saying, I can't motivate you to feel better about yourself. I can definitely compliment you. I can encourage you, all that. But ultimately, when you look in the mirror, you got to be happy with how you look. But with my preference, again, like what Photo B was saying, you gotta ask yourself why. Because most of the people that are doing it, that I know of are doing it as an investment because they have OnlyFans, they're models, they're whatever. So they're fitness models. So it ties in with their business. So if that's your business, hey, that's your business.
If it's the business, then yes. If it's not, no.
But if we're married and you want to get it just because you want it to enhance something, I would encourage you not to, because if I love you unconditionally, and I love you for who you are in that current state. And I want you to love yourself in your current state, whether you look good or not. Again, I can't motivate or encourage nobody to do that, but that's what I would prefer. But at the end of the day, it's their body. So if that's what you want to do it, that's what you want to do. I can only give my opinion and encourage against it, because if I love you head to toe, whatever you got going on. And natural you is what I was attracted to. So I would, again, because then we have this question where we had a question where we're saying should a man, or if one or the other is going to make a drastic change, should they consult with their significant other? And I forgot what the answer was. The answer was
they should.
Yeah,
hands down.
Yeah, but I mean, no, it should.
Hands down, because that is a significant change.
That is and again, why?
Yeah.
Because if it's for yourself, okay, hey, you know what? I can't be mad at it, but I still disagree with it. If it's for other reasons, because you're obviously going to some people say that it's for me, but it's really for the attention.
Right.
But what if they want the attention from you? Because men, like you mentioned earlier, men.
But I'm good with you how you are right now.
Nah. Women ain't stupid, dog.
No, but I am.
No, you're not stupid. Women aren't stupid in the
He's
sense
not
of
saying he's stupid.
I'm saying I'm okay.
No.
Swear to God, you're not stupid. I know.
No, but women in a sense are like what Raj said. They know men look, and they want you to look at them that way. So they're like, hey, your woman is like, hey, folks, I want you.
I got you.
To look at me like that.
I got you.
What you gonna be like? I'm not happy because you look like a Coke figure.
I got what you saying, and I totally get it. I look at you like that when I come home and I have peace.
You feel me?
Not about your titties and not about your ass.
This nigga said, look, we don't need no new niggas in your DMs and shit.
Because that's what's coming.
Right now.
That's what's coming. That's what's coming.
But here's the thing, though. You like the way I look at. You want me to look at you a certain way because you got the body done. You want me to look at you like this, like you like the way I look at you. Then what? Are you gonna do it again?
Nah, they want the confidence. Your body not gonna change though. Your body's not going to. If you like, I've asked women this, so I'm like, yo, what happens like after that? Like, so like they suck the fat out of you. Like, where does it go? Like, okay, it has to go somewhere.
It goes to a different place.
It goes to a different place, and typically it's gonna go to your ass.
And it's not typical.
But I'm just saying though. Okay.
But cool. I know people who had surgery and then they fuck it off and they go get another surgery and fuck it off and go get another surgery. I've seen it. I know people like that right now.
Right. So is it going to be a consistent thing? Are we consistently going to get your body done because you can't keep it up?
That becomes an
or are you going to get sick because like your body, or say your body doesn't change, right?
Or because you want to take the easy route instead of doing the work to do it.
So now they're lazy.
That's it. Look. Okay. So we being honest. Let's just be honest here. We all got the IG model that's on our page that is a fitness model, but didn't do no fitness. She just went to go get her body done.
That's what I said.
And to
me,
me,
I don't follow no fitness models.
Okay.
I'm following you strictly for because you trying to do some tummy teas and all that. Okay. I know exactly why I'm following you.
So I'm talking to these two men. I'm talking to these two men. We've all seen women that
the guy that fucks more people than anybody.
Come on, quit saying that.
Hey, you said it.
He said it. Right? You fuck more people than anybody else.
And we have to be realistic and be honest.
He said, "I want all." There's 80% of them. I want 100.
We have to be realistic and honest. Those women are tricking their followers into thinking that they got their body on their own.
That's what I said. That's true. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, so,
but it's a marketing ploy. It's a marketing scheme. So they get surgery, they invest $10,000, and they make an abundance until they get old. They can't make it anymore.
Yeah.
So I understand that. I'm just not mad at. I'm not mad at my woman. Okay, so twofold though. Mm-hmm. If I was married to her and she wanted to do that, I'm absolutely okay with that. But I ain't just doing that for just any. You know what I'm saying? Like if
you got to have a reason why.
Yeah, it has to make sense.
And there's some that do make sense. Like if somebody has like which I'm not too sure if this is a thing or not. I think I remember seeing this. Like if somebody had breast cancer.
Yep. Okay. Mastectomies that get them. Yeah. And some breasts aren't the same exact size, so they get them so they can eat out the breast. One is bigger than the other, one hangs lower than the other. You might it's corrective action. So it's not just necessarily for enhancement. We're talking about plastic surgery in a sense.
Does she not deserve corrective action if she doesn't like her boobs hanging down to her navel?
Right.
Well, and again, I think that's what
But
I think there's a distinguish
Nipple on the belly button.
between a correction
Got
and
flapjacks.
and then an enhancement.
Right, because the correction I'm fine with, but all that extra shit, all that, I was a C, now I need to be a double D, triple D. I'm like, nah, nigga, let's just fix you. Let's just get it back to how we were.
Look, back to what I was trying to say earlier. When it comes to she likes the way that I look at her, or she wants me to look at a certain way when she get a body done, right? I'm eventually going to get used to it. Then what? Are you going to do it more? Because you want me to look at you want me to look at you a different way again? You
And
like the way I look at you?
Men are gonna look at women no matter what you
No matter
get done.
what. No matter what.
size. No matter what size. You could be a Coke bottle. You could be the size of a polar bear.
Okay.
And I think we also realize that
We talked about earlier how BB.
Okay.
it's okay. And attraction sometimes isn't always tied to what you look like.
That is facts.
It's also a lot of it has to do with how you carry yourself.
I'm gonna tell you what,
And how you treat me.
We do eat with our eyes first, and then after we get past that, it's how you
Facts.
respect me and how you treat me.
And
Facts.
that's what changes how I
Facts.
interact with you and how I look at
Bingo.
you. To me,
Not because you got new titties,
no.
because I liked your old raggedy ones already. Okay, you served me old raggedy titties for 5 years. Now you want new titties.
I just want you to love you for you.
Well, sometimes they don't. folks.
And that's fine. And that's fine. And that's what I'm saying.
Right.
And
There's a lot of people get 'em.
and that's my
This is one of the arguments that you could never, ever in your life convince a woman other than what she's saying.
Right. That's why I said, like, you want to get
can't.
it?
You
Cool.
can't.
If you don't
You
want
can't.
to, cool. Whichever
can't.
one you want to do, I'm going to have to support it.
Because I know that I've dated people, and because of the popularity that we have and traveling around for music and being around the type of people we're around, they're like, yo, I had kids. I need to get my body done because I don't want to be around these women and they're questioning why you're with me. I hear it all the time. I've heard it so many times.
It's their body. Do what you want to do.
It's your body,
That's just not my preference. And
Whoa.
everybody has an entitlement to their preference.
Facts.
So
That's true.
it's all to the good. So Boosie. And it's funny because
His delivery.
a lot of the
man.
women that he has in his videos to me seem like that they have.
His delivery.
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, okay, so when it comes to the videos, you can't really get on him about that because he's not always picking the girls.
True. His delivery, though.
When I say hold on. When I say
sure.
when I say videos, I don't mean music video. I mean the videos that he posts with in them.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's what? The dancers, the strippers.
Right, but he has control over what women are
That's
around
facts.
him, right?
And they have enhanced bodies like
So
that.
if he's tired of seeing the plastic surgery, nigga,
Why-
stop bringing the women that had the plastic surgery
on.
around.
That just ends up.
He's a hypocrite.
sometimes-
So what?
Sometimes that's how it is. They might still look good. They still might look good.
Man, I just need niggas that if you're gonna say something, just do it. Do it.
But I will, you know what? I do agree to a certain extent with what he's saying because I think there is like a certain type of girl that you see continually. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Kim K look.
Mm-hmm.
I think after she did it, I think that's what kind of boomed a lot of other women to think, okay, look, this is now starting to be acceptable. And I think a lot of the women in that kind of mixed, her skin complexion, her body type, I think a lot of people are trying to emulate that look. Even though black women have already been curvy since the beginning of time and have been always deemed as that is not the desirable body type, but now it's a desirable body type.
It's been desirable.
Yes.
It's been.
Yes.
It's been. You
So.
know, nobody wants the pancake butt.
Well,
Nobody wants that.
nobody wants it, but that's what was that was the look before, and like it's
They
being
weren't-
skinny and
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
they-
we didn't like that.
They had the little.
That's why I had.
Perfect.
That's why we had Sir Mix-a-Lot give us the anthem. Give us the anthem of the '90s. So
Yeah, but they weren't enhanced women. They were natural.
Oakland
women.
no, I'm saying that was that. That's what we wanted. Yeah, that's what we
I
wanted.
love
Yeah, and
that. I love that.
shout out to Oakland, man. Hold on, man.
For sure. Always repping the 510.
Shout out to Oakland.
The
All
town. The town.
That's it.
Go Niners.
That's
All
what I'm
right.
talking about.
So it is your turn. So we're gonna get to Rajo's trash list. We're gonna see who we got on there.
The trash list.
I was hoping for Tyrese, but I
Okay,
guess-
well, since you got the floor right now, tell us what you.
No, we don't.
No. We got time.
No, this is more serious.
The women want to hear, because it's a male show. So why?
I'm just tired of Tyrese always looking for attention.
Me too. That is one thirsty.
I'm tired
ass
of it.
nigga.
He's bored. I think he's bored.
And niggas could be pick-me's too, and he's the king of the pick-me's.
He is definitely not repping for the dark skin.
Golly, man.
He's got us
part
out
of the
here
dark skin
looking,
collective.
But,
He go from on Instagram begging for his wife back to then posting videos with him shaving his girl, with her twinkling her toes in the damn video.
Come on, bro.
Come on,
What's
bro.
wouldn't shave?
You wouldn't shave it?
You
wouldn't post it?
Not on
wouldn't
video.
Post it. Come on,
posting
nigga.
it.
Of course I'll shave it. What's wrong with you? But I'm not posting
No, I'm
it.
not posting it.
Come on, man. That's
You
supposed to
wouldn't
be intimate time for us. That's
Then
supposed
he's
to be
narrating the whole
sexy.
video what he doing.
Yeah,
I'm
let me
like, bro, I
shave
don't want
it.
to see
Let me
that.
shave it, wash it down, put some
Right,
warm water
right.
on it. You know what I'm saying?
That's private, man.
That's
Right, he was. No, he's not supposed to film it. I agree.
This nigga said body scrub.
And what was she doing? Holding the camera? I think she had to be holding the camera.
She was, or it was behind her.
Oh,
Right,
my
she was, or it was
She
behind
was
her.
like, "Do you want to shave the cat?" Meow.
Shit, as far as I know, it might have been her idea.
No.
It was Tyrese's
No.
idea. Definitely.
It was definitely Tyrese's idea.
That nigga Tyrese, that nigga, you know, I've heard some things when I was on tour.
He definitely was. Hold on, we're gonna just play this little clip.
Oh, you about to go find it?
We're gonna play this little clip. Is it playing? Yeah.
He breathing like
He
that,
breathed
man.
hella hard.
That boy focused.
Look at him, bruh. This nigga is freaking. I've never heard a woman. I've never seen a woman actually get her
Vagina
shaved.
wet? Oh,
Never.
no, they don't let
Never.
you in there, but
Never.
And this was on his live.
Yeah, he posted on his.
he tripping. I would never want to have my nose that open, bro.
On the video I saw,
I
he was talking. Okay, we gonna get to your trash
I'm
list,
gonna
man.
tell you what, bruh. I'm gonna tell you what. Can you cut him off?
I'm
in my
trying to
ear?
cut him
God
off, bro.
damn, This nigga moaning and shit. God.
That's her.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This sound like two wells.
All right. All right, man. Trash list. Come on, let's go.
Anyway, trash as fuck goes to Tyrese with his dumb ass. I just need him to respond to me one time. I'm so sick of giving him.
No,
trash.
go to your serious one. I
All
like
right.
the other one.
All right.
He was. He's.
No, I am. But he is.
He's in the running for trash of the year.
I'm gonna tell. He is. I think because last year we gave trash of the year to
Terry Crews.
Tyrese is definitely trash.
He's running this year.
No, he's top.
That's what I'm saying. He's the
sure.
top candidate.
Anyway, on a serious note, I'm giving trash as fuck to Senator Tim Scott and your vice president that you voted for. I did too, Kamala Harris. And the reason why is because when a black woman goes on stage and says that America is not a racist country, and a black man says it before, and she comes back and she double downs on the statement, I don't know what country you're living in. This country was definitely built on the backs of slaves.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's free forced labor, right? That's racist.
Mm-hmm.
I think that police killings is racist. I think they're targeted by black men. We can take in a Kyle Rittenhour, but we cannot take in any of the other black men. That's racist. You're shooting 16-year-old girls that you should probably be tasing or tackling. That's racist, right? Over and over and over and over again. We have examples of racism and discrimination. And I'm not just talking about white folks. You guys are like, it's just the white folks. But the hurry up and buy you hear, that's Asian folks. The Hispanics not wanting you to marry within their culture. That's racism. So it's not just racism to black people. It's a racist fucking country in general. So when you get in a position of power and you do nothing for your people who put you in, and then you talk about that, we need to stop teaching our people that we need to stop teaching our kids that that they shouldn't be judged or stereotyped based upon the color of their skin, but their action. You're not Dr. Martin Luther King. That time has passed. So it's time for action. So she gets trash as fuck, and he gets trash as fuck because I'm tired of black people acting like the black struggle not real. It's just disgusting. First off, I told you she was going to do this. She put all them people in jail for marijuana and back to 94 crime bill. I'm telling you right now. I said it. I fucking said it. I said it.
All right.
I said it. I try to tell you guys. I told you.
All right, Boosie.
She came in here and she did exactly what she was. Listen, we all knew. But you know what? It's better for a black person to tell us that America's not racist than a white person to actually let white people kill us from racism. What do you pick?
We just wanted this statement.
What do you pick?
No, that was a good pick.
This nigga said, what do you pick? Do you pick a black person saying that? Do you pick a black person telling white people that America is not a racist country and they're in power? Or would you rather have Donald Trump here and you get to see the racism and bigotry up front? What do you prefer?
I think we said this off air. We prefer covert racism.
What do you prefer?
Between those two?
Yeah, nigga, the two things that we had to offer. What do you prefer now that you get to see what they're doing? Would you prefer Trump to be here now and deal with his racism and the bigotry right in your face, or deal with this bullshit that we're dealing with now? What do you prefer?
That's tough.
It is tough. What about you? It is, because you're gonna lose either way.
Yeah, it is, especially with me living in the suburbs and being like a black man walking.
You see where you are right now?
Yeah, it's like this, and I still
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly.
So it's a lot different, man. Like, and it's like, damn. At least with overt racism would have had a white neighbor walk directly up to my face and be like, "You don't belong here. Where do you live?"
Mm-hmm. Oh, covert, like they did to that one kid.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Covert racism would have them just calling the police on you. Mm-hmm. You know. So it's like, I'm damned if I do, if I damned if I don't. At least with overt racism, I got a real good chance to smack you in your shit and going about my day.
Right, it's apparent. It's not hidden.
It's right in my face.
That's not the question, though. Do you prefer it to be in your face, or do you prefer for a black person to go up there and sweep it back under a rug?
I'd rather deal with covert racism.
So I'd rather deal with covert racism because I don't like the idea that somebody's telling somebody like, "Oh, you guys aren't a problem anymore." You know what I'm saying? Like, you telling her, "Oh, racism doesn't exist" and shit.
Well, that's what she's doing.
Right,
so you rather deal with Donald?
If she's talking to people like that, because what are people gonna start thinking about when you start hearing like, "Oh, America isn't racist," right? That means they're like, "Oh, they're gonna start belittling our experiences even more."
The reason why it's so detrimental and so damaging is hyper dangerous is because these are black people.
Yeah,
these are black people buying into white propaganda, and they're propagandizing right now that America is not racist.
That's true.
Right? That's what makes this shit so fucking dangerous.
I think the answer is we don't prefer either.
Oh, yeah.
And Malcolm X even said that white liberals are more dangerous than the conservatives. So, but overt racism had them niggas trying to take the damn Capitol.
That's facts.
Overt racism had me really like looking over my shoulder.
Overt racism had me carrying every a gun under my shirt every day.
Yeah, like looking at every
ready to
and
looking at
and overt
everybody
racism
crazy.
had Ahmaud Arbery get gunned down, chased down and gunned down in brown daylight.
Right.
So
we prefer covert racism.
I prefer covert.
Because I know it's there, but I get to be a smidge lax with overt racism, man. You gotta keep your head on a swivel 24/7.
You said white liberals. These are not white liberals that did that. These are black people.
No, I know what you're saying, but what I'm just saying, I was just referencing Malcolm X's quote.
Right? Because
between the two, you really still gotta have your head on a swivel.
Facts. Every day you should be strapped.
No, but with overt racism, like you literally like there's no stopping. Like 24/7. That's draining.
That kind of look like Donald Trump a little bit, huh? Like the black version of Donald Trump.
That's draining. Covert racism, you at least you
can at least be like, he kind of look like Donald Trump a little bit, huh?
You be like, I can relax
like
a little
black
bit.
Version of Donald Trump. He kind of do, huh? Look at him.
Over your ass would be like.
How you doing? Huh?
Over your ass would be stressed 24/7. I hate that shit.
Over racism, yeah, that's that down south.
That's that down south. Yeah, archaic laws, open carry.
You got to be out of the town by sundown shit.
Yeah, I don't want
that. Your life is in danger. So.
Yeah, doesn't he look like Donald Trump a little bit? Like a black Donald Trump? Look at him. Look at him,
like
bro.
A young
like
a
young
black Donald Trump.
That's fucked up. All right, man.
That's how you're just looking at him like, man, speaking of Donald.
Hey, you like the
black doppelganger.
Right, the one right. Used to respect.
Right, mentioning all the rap songs.
right.
This nigga was like, get them niggers.
Oh my God! All right, final thoughts, so we can wrap this up. Final thoughts.
Oh, what did we talk about? We talked about relationships.
We talked about a lot.
Yeah, it's a long podcast.
God
I would say I got a couple points. Put this on my Facebook, and I said, man, this week I've been seeing a lot of things about death and depression, just going on in people's lives, man. So I would say this to you, you know, I'm not a therapist, so don't take what I say with a grain of salt, man. Take it one day at a time. Time heals all. And secondly, you know, when you do get better, you know, this is one thing I say also, it's my toast. So to those who aren't experiencing that right now, I pray that may your only pain be champagne.
Facts.
This nigga got some good sayings, bro. My final thoughts. I wrote this post on Facebook that said, stop asking ill-equipped, unsuccessful men what they want and what they need from a woman, and then applying it to highly successful, equipped men with all their shit together. My final thought is, if you really want to understand and put yourself in position to be with the kind of person you want to be, you need to be what that person desires. You need to understand that this is a two-way street. They got to be what you want, and you got to be what they want. The take me as I am shit, that shit doesn't fly long term. This is a teamwork. This is comprehensive. This is work. You got to work on yourself. I had a phone call yesterday. I was going to tell this earlier with one of my friends, and she literally cried to me for a couple hours because she was a alpha female. She got with a highly successful man, and there was no cooperation, and there was no give in her plan. She wanted him to convert his plans to her plan, and he left her, and he went out and he got with a 25-year-old chick, married her within a year. And the reason why she was so upset is because her finances and her financial life, her success, her education, she felt qualified her to be in that position. But that's not what he was looking for. He was looking for a companion. He was looking for a partner. And he was looking for someone to believe in his program because it was already established. So I say all that to say this. You might have an idea of what you want as a woman and a man, and you can. But men also have what they want and what they desire as well. Just like you guys feel like it's competition for you guys, it's competition for us too.
Facts.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah, mine is just don't generalize people, you know, because not everything's all cookie cutter. Not everybody's understanding the same way, you know, because people all have different things about them. People have different understandings, different upbringings, different beliefs. You know, it's not always gonna be the same as person before. So there's never a good enough excuse to not date certain type of people because of what you're used to. Because not everybody's the same person.
Bingo.
Facts. All right, final thoughts. I want to just touch on communication. I think when we talk about communication, we always talk about being able to express what you need or what you want. And communication, the majority of communication, 70% of communication is listening. You have to be able to
Active listening skills.
Ask the correct questions and listen to what the person is saying, and be emotionally intelligent to be able to pick up on what that person is saying without what they're actually saying.
Bingo.
So we have to be able to, one, communicate what we need, and then two, be able to listen to what the other person's saying that they need, and be diligent on meeting the need. I think we get this preconception that we come in like what I'm bringing to the table.
Facts.
And what you bring to the table is great. It should be able to help out the relationship, but you need to be focused on what that other person needs, and hopefully you're in a relationship that's reciprocal, where one person is looking at your needs and they're meeting them, and you're meeting the other person's needs and meeting them.
It's not a one-way street.
It should be a two-way street. So that is what we mean when we need equally yoked. I think some people mean when they say, oh, equally yoked means, oh, if you have a degree, I have a degree. Oh, if you do it, it's like, no, because in a relationship, you're becoming one. If the goal is to become one, different strengths are going to be needed from each person to be able to make it whole. So you don't want to duplicate yourself, because if there's two of you, then one of you is not needed.
Inadequate. Yep.
We don't need a duplicate. We need equal partner. And I'm sure women.
That's a whole podcast, bro. We can do a whole podcast.
And I'm sure women want the same exact thing. Yeah. So women, listen to your man, and men, listen to your woman. Be understanding, and make sure again that we are all on the same page when it comes to
one of those things works better than the other.
All right, here we go.
Why did it seem like it was a pause when it said men?
Well, because I was going to say listen. I was going to say listen, but you also have to be. We have to be understanding, because I think we have that. We have that male energy, but we have to understand that when it comes from women, we don't think alike. Nope.
I feel like we understand that more than they understand that. I feel like we know that we don't think like women. I feel like I feel like these conversations are really valuable because now women are starting to see that we're not a monolith. And we also have a way of thinking that is totally contrite to whatever they thought it was.
Well, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Even though we know that, sometimes when you're in the conversations itself, we think logically.
Yeah, that's true
for the most part. And when there's an illogical conversation happening on, it's not to generalize women by saying that they're all emotional. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when you are thinking on one side of the brain and the other person thinking on the other side of the brain, it takes more effort for you to cross over and understand where they're thinking. You know what I mean? Because there may be some things like
that's where good faith comes. Though.
Well, and that's where that's where the communication comes in.
That's
you
where
have
all those things you want, what you're talking about, that crossover. Yeah, that's that thing that we want. We want the trust. We want the good faith, and we want to feel like you understand that whatever we're doing is best for the team.
Everybody wants to be heard. My mom used to always tell me, "You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You're supposed to listen twice as much as you be talking." So, that's all it boils down to.
You can talk as much as you want.
You can.
Don't mean you're gonna listen.
Don't mean you're gonna go nowhere.
Facts.
So we appreciate y'all for tuning in to the fellas episode. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. We want to thank JR for coming down all the way from the Bay Area down here, man.
Thank you for having me.
Coming down from the town.
Dandy with the salt and pepper. He's dangerous out here.
Steph Curry with the pop, boy. You know what I'm saying? So we all good. We want to thank y'all. Please subscribe, like, follow, comment, and we will answer back to your guys' comments because I'm sure you guys have a lot to say.
I look forward to it.
I guess I'll be on the Reverb Nation page this week.
You should be.
We will. Yeah,
I will be there. Can't wait.
Jerome, they are there every day.
Every day. All right, y'all. Peace out. Love.
Millions.
Let's go. If you just let it